Today is the 53rd annual class change ceremony at the Fate Stele branch in Lintian City. It's also the day that Lin Tianhao, a young man who transmigrated into this world, overrun by monstrous beasts, has been waiting for. On the stage, the principal was giving a stern lecture. In a moment, the Fate Stele will assign you a random class based on your individual talents. A random class. Whether you become a combat class professional or a life class professional, you must dedicate yourselves to serving our Hua Nation in the future. The future of the Hua Nation is in your hands. Hearing the principal's words, a boy in a yellow shirt prayed silently. 18 years of hard study. The time to awaken has finally come. Please give me a warrior class. Then I can join a guild and get paid for doing nothing. Hearing his friend, a boy with a buzz cut, scoffed. You think becoming a warrior is that easy? You should know that the odds of changing into a combat class at our high school are only 50%. Just then, another boy in the group jutted his chin towards Lin Tianhao. He sneered, "Hey, look! It's almost time for the class change, and Lin Tianhao is still sleeping." The buzz-cut kid and his friend chimed in. He's the worst student in our school. If he manages to get a life class, it'll be a blessing from his ancestors. If you ask me, the absolute worst of all the classes, the Beast Tamer is probably the best he can hope for. Lin Tianhao, the student ranked last in Class 2 of Lin Tian No. 1 Middle School, acted as if he didn't hear them. He raised his head and looked towards the Fate Stele. I've transmigrated here, and I've finally waited for the class change ceremony. But I wonder what class I'll get. While he was lost in thought, the buzz-cut kid approached him. Acting friendly, he asked, "Hey Tianhao, what class are you aiming for?" The goal is obviously an S-rank talent or a hidden class. Tianhao answered honestly. His reply was immediately met with roaring laughter. Did you guys hear that? The guy at the bottom of the class is dreaming about S-rank talents and hidden classes. Stop dreaming. In my opinion, even getting a life class will be a struggle for you. If I remember correctly, your last potential assessment result was C rank. Wasn't it Lin Tianhao? He sighed, recalling that test. Based on that assessment, my life really is set up to be a failure. But who says a chicken can't become a phoenix? If something as impossible as transmigration can happen, why can't another miracle occur? Whatever. I just hope I can get a good class. Students from Class 2 of Lin Tian No. 1 Middle School, come to the stage for your class change. Student Wang Dong, please come to the stage to begin your class change. Following the instructions, Wang Dong stepped forward. Before the test, he glanced back at Tianhao and thought, just you watch me, you loser. Change class. A moment later, the class change process was complete. Wang Dong had become the warrior with a C-rank talent. A C-rank talent. That's quite outstanding among ordinary people. I hope you will become a qualified warrior. Please head to the Lintian City Guild Center to register as soon as possible. There will be specialists there to guide you on professional knowledge. The female teacher happily handed the result slip to Wang Dong. Two female students looked at Wang Dong with admiration, cooing, "Wang Dong is so handsome. Hey, take me with you. Don't forget me when you're running dungeons later. This Wang Dong guy is so lucky. Becoming a warrior. That's basically a guaranteed job for life. I'm so jealous," a male student said. Wang Dong walked down the stage like a pop star, waving to his fangirls. Distracted, he bumped into Tianhao. Not only did he not apologize, but he was also sarcastic. "Oh, I didn't notice someone was here. Turns out it's the loser of our class, Lin Tianhao. This Wang Dong guy already causes trouble for me on a daily basis. Now that he's become a warrior, my life is probably going to get even harder," Tianhao thought to himself. Seeing him stay silent, Wang Dong's lackeys surrounded him and started criticizing him. "You bumped into our brother Dong and didn't even apologize. What are you, mute? I've found you annoying for a long time. Who are you trying to scare with that long face all day? Alright, I'm in a good mood today. Let's not let this loser ruin the fun. Today is a day to celebrate. Drinks at the tavern in town are on me," Wang Dong announced cheerfully. Hearing this, his lackeys threw a few more taunts at Tianhao before following their leader away. "A bully like him can actually become a warrior. I wonder what class I'll end up with." Just as Tianhao was thinking this, the female teacher called his name. "Next person begin the test." While Tianhao's class change was in progress, a strange phenomenon occurred, leaving the crowd utterly astonished. However, as soon as they saw the result, the students burst out laughing, because Tianhao, of all things, had received the one class nobody wanted, Summoner. A summoner. Isn't that the class that's completely useless from the get-go? Although a summoner is a combat class, raising summoned creatures is ridiculously expensive, and their effectiveness is just average. It really is a trash class. This Lin Tianhao guy is screwed. I can't believe he got the summoner class. That's even worse than a life class. His life is going to be tough from now on. Just as the students were mocking Tianhao, a system panel suddenly appeared before his eyes. Host detected. Awakening. Binding identity Abyss Lord. You can randomly obtain one SSS rank talent skill. Every 10 levels, you will randomly activate one SSS rank Abyss talent. A system an SSS rank talent right off the bat. Activate an SSS rank talent every 10 levels. Doesn't that mean at level 100 I'll have a total of 10 talents? Tianhao held his breath in anticipation, his hand unconsciously reaching out to take the results from the female teacher. Drawing for SSS rank talent. Congratulations, host, you have obtained the SSS rank talent skill. Demonic Sacrifice. Demonic Sacrifice. Sacrifice the host's maximum health limit. Irreversible. Instantly level up and demonize a summoned creature, granting it power from the abyss. A demonized summoned creature can still level up, normally through combat and experience. Reminder, every 100 points of sacrificed health limit will raise the summoned creature by 1 level. Permanently lose my max health. That's a pretty steep price to pay. But as a summoner, I don't need to fight on the front lines myself. As long as my summons are strong enough, I'll be fine. From now on, I'll just have to choose equipment that increases my max health. Right now, I have 1,000 health points. If I have to keep at least 100 points for myself, that means I can instantly raise a summons level to at least 9 right from the start. Still, I can't be too reckless. I have to use this carefully. The female teacher, seeing Tianhao standing silently, offered some gentle comfort. Student, don't be too sad. Even if your class isn't useful, there are still many other paths in life. Tianhao's mind finally returned to the present. He looked at the teacher and replied, "Thank you for your concern, teacher. I believe that I can definitely create a world of my own." The teacher hesitated slightly before saying, "It's good to have such a mindset. It's just a pity that..." Lin Tianhao understood what she meant, but that only fueled his motivation even more. Anyone else who becomes a summoner might really be a failure. But I, Lin Tianhao, will become the greatest summoner, standing at the pinnacle of this world. A few hours later at Lin Tianhao's home, the moment he walked in the door, a girl rushed over anxiously. "Brother, you're back. How did your class change go? What class did you get?" "I'm a summoner," Lin Tianhao replied. The girl was surprised at first, but she quickly recovered and said, "It's okay, brother, don't be sad. It's my turn for the class change next year. I'll become a mage to protect you, okay?" Lin Tianhao only just noticed that the girl was wrapped in nothing but a bath towel. His face immediately turned as red as a tomato. He quickly turned his head away and replied, "I'm a summoner, a very powerful one. You don't need to worry about me. You just need to take good care of yourself." Just as Lin Tianhao was about to go to his room, he received a text message from his homeroom teacher calling for a meeting. Scene change. After all the awakened students in the class had gathered, the homeroom teacher began to speak. "This time our class's class change situation is not too bad. 5 students in the class have become warriors. 8 have become mages. 11 have changed to support classes, and 1 has become a summoner." Hearing this, Wang Dong burst out laughing, pointing directly at Tianhao. He spoke loudly on purpose for him to hear. A loser becomes a loser class. How fitting. What else could you expect? Becoming a summoner. His life is basically over. The student next to him replied. Although Tianhao was a bit annoyed, there was nothing he could do. He could only sit there and take it. At that moment, the teacher continued, "Lin Tianhao's case is quite special. I have a summoner introductory book here. I'm sure it will be of some help to him." Tianhao stepped up to the podium to receive the book. "Tianhao, if you run into any difficulties, just come back and find me. Understand? All right, you can go back to your seat," the homeroom teacher said kindly. Tianhao looked at the book in his hand and sighed internally. This book is covered in dust. It seems the summoner class really is at the bottom of the social ladder. The reason I called everyone back this time is because the school wants to collect specific data on the students who have successfully changed classes. All the class-changed students will be present. Don't you dare embarrass me. After the homeroom teacher's instructions, the entire class went out to the field to prepare for the professional skills test. One male student volunteered to go first. After he unleashed his skill, the strength meter displayed the number 73. Not bad, 73 points is a pretty good talent. Keep up the good work. Next up was Wang Dong. Excellent, 89 points is a very high score. You're probably the top student in this batch. Keep up the good work. The principal praised him with a nod, then called the next person. Lin Tianhao. Lin Tianhao walked forward, weapon in hand. He recalled the book the teacher had just given him, which did mention a basic summoning skill. But I haven't even tried it yet. I'll just have to wing it. It's my only shot. With that thought, Tianhao pulled out the book and mumbled an incantation. A gale of wind immediately kicked up, making everyone look on with suspicion. Could it be? Did Lin Tianhao actually summon something? What on earth is it? A moment later, the dust settled. An incredibly cute slime appeared, sending the crowd into fits of laughter. All that fuss, and it's just a slime. How is something this cute supposed to kill monsters? Kill monsters. It'll be lucky not to get eaten by them. What can a slime even do? Mop the floor, maybe? Summoned creature primary slime level 1. HP 50 attack power. 9 skills strong. Corrosive mucus. Mucus spray. Summoned creature equipment none. Tianhao read the information and glared at the slime happily clinging to his leg. A completely blank slate summon. Its attack is only 9 points. It's like tickling myself. At that moment, the homeroom teacher spoke up. Everyone quiet down. Let's see the test score. The result was not unexpected. Tianhao's test score was a mere 9 points. The homeroom teacher cleared his throat and patted Tianhao's shoulder. Tianhao, 9 points is still points. Don't be too sad. Tianhao was silent for a moment, then asked the homeroom teacher if he could try one more time. The homeroom teacher hesitated slightly, but was kind enough to give Tianhao another chance. It's time to try out my talent skill. Thinking this, Tianhao operated the system panel, used 200 health points as a sacrifice to demonize and level up the summoned creature. His max health dropped from 1,000 to 800. The cute little slime instantly transformed into a demonized slime. Primary demonized slime level 3. HP 1,200. Damage 120. Skills corrosive mucus. Mucus spray demonic dance. Summoned beast equipment none. As soon as the preparations were complete, Tianhao ordered the demonized slime to attack. The moment the slime hit the strength meter, the number on the screen instantly changed from 9 to 120. The result immediately left everyone speechless with astonishment. 120 points. Shull. No way this bottom-ranked guy is that incredible. Am I seeing things? Brother Dong only got 89 points, but this loser actually broke 100. Impossible. How can this loser's score be higher than mine? I remember back in the day, the Hua Nation's god of war, Feng Changyun, only scored 101 points in his test. How could Lin Tianhao possibly reach 120 points? Thinking of this, Wang Dong immediately came up with a reason. Lin Tianhao had taken the test twice. Could it be that this second time, he tampered with the equipment somehow? Hearing this, the other students started to murmur amongst themselves. That's right, he must have cheated. Yeah, teacher, he clearly only got 9 points a minute ago. How did it become 120 on the retest? How is that possible? Something fishy is going on. Tianhao said nothing, but thought to himself, I did pull a trick. I just used my talent skill on my slime, that's all. They do have a point. The homeroom teacher approached the strength meter and discovered that the results screen was broken. He then announced loudly, the equipment is broken. Lin Tianhao did not actually cheat, so the machine was broken after all. There's no way that loser could surpass me. Wang Dong celebrated silently, then began to cause trouble. Teacher, the machine is broken. So how should Lin Tianhao's score be calculated? 2 of his cronies chimed in. 9 points, of course. The machine wasn't broken on the first test. We all clearly saw it was 9 points. That's right, I saw it too. It was definitely 9 points. Due to the broken equipment, Lin Tianhao's score this time will be voided. He will be retested later, the homeroom teacher decided. Hearing this, Lin Tianhao looked at his teacher in surprise. Wasn't this just giving him another chance? Wang Dong's group immediately protested. On what grounds is it voided? We all saw it clearly. He only scored 9 points. That's right, homeroom teacher. You have to be fair and objective. You can't play favorites with him. All right, I'll be the judge of that. Because the equipment is broken, today's test ends here. This includes Lin Tianhao and the students who haven't been tested. You will all be retested once the machine is repaired. But one of Wang Dong's lackeys started to protest, but he caught Wang Dong's sharp glare and immediately knew to shut his mouth. As soon as Tianhao stepped down, Wang Dong immediately said, even with a retest, trash is still trash. A chicken wants to become a phoenix, keep dreaming. Then he said to his lackeys, let's go to the level 1 Black Abyss. Let's not waste our time with this loser. Level 1 Black Abyss. If I remember correctly, that's the dungeon for beginners, right? It's about time I tested out my demonized slime. The level 1 Black Abyss isn't a bad choice. Time to head out. With that thought, Tianhao also left quickly. A while later, a technician was inspecting the broken strength meter, unable to hide his suspicion. This machine was broken by a student's attack to have this much power. Could it be that another genius has appeared at the school? At the same time, Tianhao had just reached the school gate when he was stopped by an old man with a white beard and hair. "Young man, I see that you have an extraordinary bearing. You are indeed a promising seedling to become a great summoner." "Are you talking to me?" Tianhao asked, confused. He felt that the old man's words sounded a bit familiar. "I have a top-grade magic staff for summoners. I'll sell it to you for 300 gold coins. Would you like to consider it?" Tianhao's eyes widened as he took the old man's magic staff. 300 gold coins for this shabby-looking wooden stick? Is this a robbery? I'm only selling it for 300 because I feel a connection with you. If anyone else came, I wouldn't sell it even for 3,000. The old man replied. It seemed there really was a surge of power emanating from this magic staff. In this vast world, not even the Summoners Association has this piece of equipment. It truly is a rare find. Fine, I'll buy it. So the deal for the magic staff was made. The only problem was that Tianhao only had 92 gold coins on him, so he took out his coin pouch and tried to bargain. "Sir, could you give me a little discount? Maybe 12 gold coins off. Since I see we have a connection, I'll temporarily accept your 92 gold coins as a deposit." As he spoke, the old man swiftly snatched Tianhao's coin pouch. A deposit. Of course, these 92 gold coins only guarantee that I won't sell the staff to anyone else. If you want the staff, you must go to the level 1 Black Abyss, deep into the labyrinth, and bring me back a treasure from there. Then this magic staff will be yours. The old man quickly produced an IOU, grabbed Tianhao's hand, and pressed his thumbprint onto the paper, all before he could react. He had no choice but to begrudgingly accept the debt and leave dejectedly. The old man was happily watching Tianhao's retreating figure when he suddenly heard a voice from behind. "Elder Fang, what are you doing here?" The homeroom teacher walked over to Elder Fang and continued, "The testing machine broke today, so the test has been suspended. Perhaps you should head back first." Elder Fang didn't answer. Instead, he gestured with his chin towards Tianhao and asked, "Do you know that student?" The homeroom teacher looked in the direction Elder Fang indicated and replied, "Yes, I know him. He's a student in my class. His name is Lin Tianhao. He's truly an unfortunate child. He became a summoner. The road ahead will probably be very difficult for him. Indeed, the road ahead will be difficult." Elder Fang said, a meaningful smile on his face. A while later, at the entrance to the level 1 Black Abyss, the Cold Valley Abyss. This is the entrance to the level 1 Black Abyss. So the level 1 Black Abyss is also called the Cold Valley Abyss. Participant requirement 3 to 5 people. Level limit 1 to 10. Those who exceed the level limit will be eliminated by the supervisor. The minimum team size is 3. Looks like I can't go solo. Thinking of this, Tianhao opened the leaderboard for the Cold Valley Abyss. Fastest clear time. The person at the top is Fang Chongyun. As long as you're at the top of the leaderboard when it settles, after a month, you'll receive a generous reward. First place reward. Novice breastplate equipment usable by all classes. Quality gold. Effect provides 30% armor, 20% magic resistance, and increases maximum health by 120 points. The Novice Breastplate. This gold quality item is considered top-tier equipment in the early stages, but what really attracts me is that 120-point increase to max health. It seems that the top spot on this leaderboard is definitely worth fighting for. While Tianhao was talking to himself, he heard a familiar mocking voice from not too far away. "Oh, isn't that the loser who scored 9 points on the test? What are you doing here? Don't tell me you're planning to enter the level 1 Black Abyss. Have you taken a good look at your own strength? Think you can last even 10 seconds in there? It's them again." Tianhao looked wearily at Wang Dong and his 2 friends. Information was now displayed above their heads. Wang Dong level 1. Class Holy Shield Warrior, Talent C rank. Judashin level 1, Class Earth Mage, Talent E rank. Zhang Yunfei level 1, Class Wood Mage, Talent E rank. "Worry about yourselves," Tianhao replied with a cold expression. Zhang Yunfei snorted. "To enter the Black Abyss, you need a team of at least 3. What's there to be arrogant about? Let's see if you can even get in before you talk big." At that moment, Wang Dong raised his hand and shouted, "1 C-rank talent warrior and 2 E-rank talent mages. Anyone want to form a team?" Thanks to his C-rank talent, Wang Dong's call immediately attracted attention. People flocked to him, crowding around his group and clamoring to become a member of his team. Wang Dong picked 2 more people, and then together they prepared to enter the Black Abyss. But before they could even go inside, they saw an incomplete human skeleton fly out from within the Black Abyss. The 2 newly recruited young men were terrified by the sight. Zhang Yunfei took the opportunity to pat their shoulders and remind them, "Stay close. If you fall behind this, will be your fate. Let's go." After Wang Dong's command, his team entered the Black Abyss. That Wang Dong and his crew are not good people. I'm afraid those two will have a hard time making it out alive. Although you can be revived after dying, the price is not small. Therefore, clearing the dungeon in one life is the best choice, Tianhao thought to himself. At that moment, a male student pointed at Tianhao in surprise. Hey, look over there. There's an S-rank talent expert over there. Let's hurry over and ask to join his team. Another male student immediately replied, You idiot, is there something wrong with your eyes? Can't you see he's a summoner? What good is an S-rank talent then? The other student sighed in disappointment. I thought I could leech off a pro. Oh well, I guess I'll wait a bit longer. Tianhao looked at the girl's information. Name Li Shu, level 1, class bard. Talent E-rank. Tianhao said to himself, an E-rank talent, and she's a bard. What a shame. This class needs to be at least D-rank to provide buffs for the whole team. Looking at her, she's probably been waiting for a few days. Then he decided to walk over to Li Shui and said, Hello, may I ask, would you like to form a team with me? Li Shu blushed and stammered, an S-rank talent, a summoner. Mimi. Tianhao gave her a bright smile and extended his hand again, proposing once more. I want to compete for the rankings, but no one will team up with me. Are you willing to team up with me? Li Shu stared blankly at Tianhao's hand for a moment. An S-rank talent summoner wants to compete for the rankings. That's completely impossible. But a guy this handsome, it would be a real pity to miss this chance. Thinking of this, Li Shu reached out and shook Tianhao's hand, saying, I accept. System notification, successfully joined team. Tianhao spoke up. Well then, we're teammates from now on. I'm Lin Tianhao, a summoner. Hello, I'm Li Shui, a bard. Tianhao smiled and said, After we go inside, I'll take care of clearing the monsters. You just need to do your best to protect yourself. Hearing this, Li Shui's eyes turned into hearts as she silently cheered. Is he worried about me? Out loud, she immediately promised, Okay, I'll protect myself well, and I won't cause any trouble for you. Tianhao nodded and said, All right, next we just need to find one more person. Just then, a commotion erupted. Goddess, wait for me. King or goddess, please team up with me. I'm a holy shield knight. I can take hits and protect you. Goddess, don't listen to him. Join our team. We've already run the Black Abyss twice. The goddess won't have to lift a finger. Curious Tianhao turned to look and found that the person everyone was surrounding was none other than the school belle, Su Qinger. Named Su Qinger, level 1, class druidess. Talent A rank. As for Su Qinger, she didn't show anything on her face, but internally she was already displeased. She cursed silently. What a bunch of annoying losers. Suddenly she noticed Tianhao. Isn't that Lin Tianhao, the infamous last-place student from our school? So he actually became a summoner. A summoner. That class at the very bottom of the barrel. If I were to team up with him, as she thought, Su Qinger walked towards Tianhao. Tianhao, noticing her walking towards him, was confused. He thought, What's going on? In a flash, Su Qinger was standing in front of Tianhao. She tucked her hair behind her ear, smiled, pointed at him, and said, Lin Tianhao, I'm ordering you. Let this young lady join your team right now. The surrounding male students, hearing this, glared at Tianhao with fire in their eyes, growling with rage. What? Tianhao broke out in a cold sweat. Me. Su Qinger poked him in the chest and said with a smile, Yes, you. Instantly, the sound of breaking hearts could be heard from the male students all around. Why would the goddess want to join that useless summoner's team? Oh my goddess, she's been stolen away by a pig. Tianhao scratched his face, feeling wronged. He thought, I'm being forced all right. How is this my fault? Su Qinger was also getting annoyed. She glared at them and shouted, Can't you see this young lady has already formed a team? Now scram. Then she walked towards the portal, entered the Black Abyss, and said to Tianhao and Li Shui, Let's go into the abyss. Tianhao suddenly spoke up, Wait, can I ask you why you want to join our team? Su Qinger stopped and glanced at him. I want to compete for the rankings, so I need 2 decorations to follow me. If I can take 2 people with me and still get first place, then no one will dare to look down on me anymore. Li Shu and Tianhao both stared blankly, thinking, 2 decorations. Is she calling us useless? Su Qinger paid no attention to their reactions. She stepped into the Black Abyss portal and urged, What are you standing there for? Hurry up and follow. Tianhao sighed with a headache. Great. Now I'm teamed up with a rich princess. Li Shui looked at him and asked, Just the 3 of us? Tianhao walked towards the Black Abyss portal. There's no one else suitable to join right now. If we run into danger, you can just withdraw from the fight and leave the team. Li Shui followed him and said, "Oh, okay." A while later, inside the Black Abyss, Sukinger spoke. "So this is the inside of the cold valley. The cold air is so thick." Li Shu let out a small cry. "It's so cold." Tian Hao also spoke up. "It really is freezing. The thermal clothing I bought before is useless." Li Shu suddenly remembered something. "Oh, right. I know how to use a low-level warming light." Saying that, she began to gently pluck the strings of the instrument in her hands. Instantly, 3 beams of yellow light appeared, enveloping the 3 of them. Sukinger remarked, "I guess you are of some use after all." Tian Hao urged, "If we've decided to compete for the leaderboard, then we should get a move on." With the cold dealt with, the 3 of them moved faster and soon encountered their first monster. From within the trees, a pair of glowing red eyes suddenly appeared. A monster slowly walked out, appearing in their line of sight. Rotting Wild Wolf. Level 1. Health 400. Attack Power 21, Agility 20. Defense 1 Skills Spreading Plague. Weak Howl. Description: the souls of animals trapped in the cold valley abyss, unable to rest in peace, have possessed these dilapidated bodies. Rank Common. Sukinger proactively stepped forward. This is a low-level monster in the cold valley abyss, a rotting wild wolf. Perfect timing. I can use it for a little warm-up. With that, she used her skill beast form links. Tianhao was surprised. Partial beast transformation. So this is a druidess. Onisroi. At that moment, Sukinger moved. Her whole body was like an arrow shooting towards the rotting wild wolf. She used her sharp claws to attack relentlessly. In the blink of an eye, she had taken care of the target in 3 strikes. Tianhao thought, stacking damage. It seems her pounce has a bleed effect. Lisha exclaimed, so strong. System notification. Wolf Pelt X2, 1 gold each. Wolf Fang 2, 1 gold each. Sukinger looked at Li Shui and said, take these. Consider it a thank you for activating the warming light for me earlier. I don't like being indebted to others. Li Shui smiled and replied, no need to be so polite. Sukinger continued walking and urged, all right, let's keep moving. Hurry up and follow me. Li Shui immediately followed, but Tianhao paused for a moment and looked towards the body of the rotting wild wolf, as if deep in thought. A while later, the 3 of them encountered 3 rotting wild wolves. Sukinger repeated her old trick and quickly dealt with the beasts. But this time, her arm was scratched by a rotting wild wolf, leaving a wound. Sukinger thought to herself, fighting 3 at once is still a bit difficult. No, I absolutely must get first place. Li Shui asked with concern, you're injured. Are you okay? I'll cast a low-level life recovery spell. I'll heal you now, Sukinger said. With your low-level skill, you can't recover much health anyway. Just save your magic power. With that, Sukinger took out a recovery potion and drank it herself. Seeing this, Li Shui's mood sank a little, but luckily Tianhao came over and patted her shoulder to comfort her. The 3 of them continued on. A while later, as they were moving, Sukinger unexpectedly stepped on a magic circle on the ground, activating it. She immediately realized something was wrong and looked around cautiously. A second later, she noticed a large object about to fall on her head and jumped back to dodge it. Elite Rotting Wild Wolf, Level 4 Health, 600 Attack, 56 Agility 10. Defense 5. Skills Putrid Slamlight Consumption Devour. Description: a rotting corpse that nourished the rotting wild wolf. Although its brain has almost completely decayed, it will stop at nothing to stop any intruders. Rank Elite. Sukinger frowned and thought, I can't believe I ran into an elite monster. This is gonna be trouble. Li Shu exclaimed, This is a hidden elite monster. Why did it appear here? Tianhao voiced his speculation. Perhaps because Sukinger killed too many rotting wild wolves, it triggered the appearance of the elite monster. At that moment, the rotting wild wolf, Elite, suddenly charged towards Sukinger and slammed its weapon straight at her. Sukinger cried out in terror, It's over. It's too fast. Then she was sent flying backwards, her body slamming hard into a large rock. She was temporarily knocked unconscious. Seeing the rotting wild wolf walking towards Sukinger again, raising its weapon high, Li Shui frantically tugged on Tianhao's sleeve. What do we do? Quick, save her. Tianhao knew it was time for him to act. He immediately summoned his demon, Slime, and ordered it to rush forward and save Sukinger from the devastating blow of the elite rotting wild wolf. Demon Slime, Level 3 Health, 1200 Attack, 1R20. Agility 10, Defense 8. Skills Strong, Corrosive Mucus Spray, Demonic Dance. After that, Tianhao handed Sukinger to Li Shui and said, Li Shui, take Sukinger to the side and heal her. I'll take care of this elite monster. Li Shui agreed, then carried Su Qinger and retreated. As for the wild wolf, with the elite, it shifted its target to Tian Hao and lunged forward to attack. Seeing this, Tian Hao immediately gave an order. Use mucus shot. Slime. The demonized slime heard the command and immediately leaped forward. Several globs of mucus separated from its body, shooting towards the elite rotting wild wolf. The elite rotting wild wolf didn't dodge. It just raised its hand to block, then swung its weapon down towards the demonized slime. Seeing this, Tian Hao commanded the demonized slime to use demonic dance to evade. Its defense is too high. I can only deal 50% damage. I'll have to think of another way. As he was thinking, Tian Hao suddenly noticed the skin of the rotting wild wolf elite, where it made contact with the demonized slime's mucus, was showing signs of corrosion. The mucus can dissolve its body. If that's the case, slime use demonic dance and strong, corrosive slime attack its ankles. The demonized slime immediately followed Tian Hao's command and successfully injured the elite rotting wild wolf's leg, causing it to fall onto the snow. Tian Hao cheered silently. It's working. Meanwhile, thanks to Li Shui's diligent healing efforts, Su Qinger had regained consciousness and witnessed Tian Hao's battle. She thought to herself, so strong. Back to Tian Hao, he noticed something. The defense on the lower part of the rotting wild wolf elite's body was weaker than its upper part. Therefore, he ordered his slime attack the lower part of its body. The demonized slime obeyed, continuously using strong corrosive slime to attack the elite rotting wild wolf, especially its lower body. Unable to move, the elite rotting wild wolf could only passively take the hits. Its health rapidly decreased until it hit 0. System notification. You have defeated the elite rotting wild wolf. Gained 120 EXP. Dropped item Wolf's Hammer. Wolf Pelt Eri 10, Wolf Fang 10. Leveled up to level 2. Tian Hao was surprised, thinking to himself, I can't believe I got so much EXP. Is it because I killed a monster of a higher level? Li Shu helped Su Qinger up and said, so strong. He can defeat an elite monster in a single fight. Are summoners really that powerful? Su Qinger spoke up. It's not that summoners are strong, it's that Lin Tian Hao is strong. She thought to herself, to defeat an elite monster all by himself. Whether it's his intellect or his judgment, he's terrifyingly strong. Suddenly, Tian Hao walked over and asked her, Su Qinger, how are you doing? Su Qinger was a little flustered. For some reason, her face turned a little red. She quickly turned her head away and said, it's just a small wound. Don't make a big deal out of it. Li Shui suggested my healing spell chant is too slow. We need to stop and rest for a bit. Hearing this, Su Qinger immediately protested, no way. We're competing for the rankings, we can't rest. Li Shui said, but Su Qinger cut her off. I can still keep fighting. Let's keep going. As soon as she finished speaking, she tried to stand up on her own, but because she was still too weak, her body swayed and she fell to the side. Tian Hao reacted quickly, stepping forward to catch her, and said, if you get yourself killed, how are you going to climb the rankings? Su Qinger blushed as she looked at him and stammered, You have a point. Let's rest for a little while. Tian Hao said, the map shows a cave nearby. Let's rest there for the night. That night in the cave, Tian Hao spoke up. You two rest first. I'm going to go patrol for a bit. Li Shu lay down and said, so tired. My magic is so drained. I need to rest for a bit. After saying that, she quickly fell asleep. Tian Hao and Su Qinger both looked on in amazement. She falls asleep so fast. Then Tian Hao looked at Su Qinger and said, you should rest too. I'm going out to take a look. Su Qinger called out, wait, thank you for saving me earlier. Tian Hao looked at her silently. Su Qinger's face immediately turned red and she quickly lay down, saying, what are you looking at? This young lady isn't the ungrateful type. I'm going to sleep now. Just pretend I didn't say anything. Tian Hao scratched his head, chuckled, and turned to leave, whispering, this prideful young lady. She really says one thing and does another. Behind him, Su Qinger opened her eyes and watched his retreating figure. Meanwhile, after reaching the cave entrance, Tian Hao mumbled, I just leveled up to level 3 from that fight. Time to check my stats. Name Lin Tian Hao, title none. Class Summoner. Level 3, HP 1200, MP 400, Attack 40, Spirit 100, Defense 2, Agility 55, Luck 20, Talent Demonic Sacrifice S rank, Skill Full Armament, Max, Level Summoner, Passive, Can Protect Summoned Beast, increases all stats of the Summoned Beast. Summoned Beast Demonized Slime, Summoning Space 1 Hoth. Tian Hao said cheerfully, my stats have increased. Full Armament. This skill is pretty good. It's like having a permanent buff. So with 400 health, that's just enough to raise my demonized slime to level 4. Looks like if I want to increase my health limit, I'll have to find another way. Convert, Tian Hao ordered. 400 points of his health were sacrificed. Instantly, his health dropped from 1200 to 800. In return, the demonized slime was upgraded. Demonized slime, level 7, HP 1400, attack 140s, agility 120s, a defense 7. Skills, strong corrosive slime, mucus shot, demonic dance, split. All its stats have increased, and it even learned a new skill, split. I wonder if the clones it creates are any different from the original. Curious, Tianhao turned to his demonized slime with a smile and said, "Come on, let's try out your new skill, slime." The demonized slime heard this and hopped to an empty spot in front of him. Tianhao ordered, "Slime, use the split skill." A second later, the demonized slime split its body into 2 identical demonized slimes. They looked exactly the same. Tianhao opened their information panels to examine them. Health is halved, agility is increased, but defense is decreased. I wonder how long it can maintain this form. As he said this, Tianhao looked at the demonized slime and saw a 3-minute timer displayed above its head. Tianhao exclaimed, "Only 3 minutes! What can I do in just 3 minutes?" At that moment, a loud scream suddenly echoed from inside the cave. Tianhao's expression changed as he looked towards the cave entrance, shouting, "What's happening? Oh no, they're in danger." Tianhao rushed into the cave and saw Su Qing'er and Li Shui facing off against a large monster. Li Shu cried out in fear, "Don't come over here." Tianhao immediately ordered slime use mucus shot. The demonized slime obeyed and shot a glob of mucus towards the monster, but it only dealt 25 points of damage. Tianhao was startled. What? Why did it only do that much damage? He quickly checked the monster's information panel. Giant snow rabbit, level 8. 800, attack 80, agility 500, defense 6. Description, a humanoid creature, half rabbit, half human. It moves on 2 legs. The snow rabbit lives year-round in snowy regions, so it has a very thick coat of fur, which can resist basic attacks. Tianhao whispered, "I can't believe it's a level 8 monster. This is big trouble." Li Shui cried out in fear, "Level 8, we're dead for sure." Su Qing'er gritted her teeth and thought, "A 6-level difference. There's no way we can win." Just then, the giant snow rabbit let out a roar and charged towards its recent attacker, the demonized slime and Tianhao. Seeing this, Su Qing'er panicked and shouted a warning, "Lin Tianhao! Watch out!" Tianhao frowned, snorted, and said, "It's just a rabbit." He then ordered the demonized slime to continuously fire mucus at the charging giant snow rabbit, but the rabbit nimbly dodged every shot. A second later, the giant snow rabbit appeared right beside the demonized slime and kicked it far away. But it didn't stop there. The giant snow rabbit used its superior speed to chase after the demonized slime and kicked it away again. Just like that, the demonized slime became like a toy, continuously kicked back and forth by the giant snow rabbit. Tianhao saw this wasn't going well and immediately ordered, "Slime, retreat now. Use demonic dance and strong corrosive slime." Hearing this, the demonized slime immediately used demonic dance to escape the giant snow rabbit's attack and retreated towards Tianhao. At the same time, it didn't forget to release its strong corrosive slime, creating a long trail of corrosive slime on the ground. However, the giant snow rabbit was extremely clever. It used its jumping ability to leap continuously, avoiding the corrosive trail on the ground, and continued its pursuit of the demonized slime. Li Shu exclaimed in shock, "This rabbit is so good at dodging. What is this thing? How can it move so fast?" Su Qing'er said with a serious expression, "That's one of the most troublesome monsters in the cold abyss. The giant snow rabbit. Many squads have been wiped out by it already, but we clearly didn't trespass on its territory. I don't understand why it's attacking us." Li Shui asked, "But all of the demonized slime's attacks are being dodged. Should we jump in and help?" Back with Tianhao, he stared at the demonic dance skill, which was still on cooldown. He had a bad feeling. He anxiously called out for his demonized slime to hurry back. However, the giant snow rabbit, with its superior agility, had caught up to the demonized slime and repeatedly slammed its hands down on the demonized slime's body, flattening it into the ground. Seeing this, Li Shui worriedly ran forward and said, "No, I have to go help." Su Qing'er quickly shouted, "Li Shui, wait!" But Li Shui didn't listen. She picked up a rock and threw it at the giant snow rabbit's head, yelling, "You stupid rabbit! If you're so tough, come after me." The move didn't deal any damage, but it succeeded in angering the giant snow rabbit. It ignored the demonized slime and stood up, walking towards Li Shui. Seeing this, Li Shui cried out in fear. Her hand instinctively reached into her bag, pulled out a carrot, and threw it towards the giant snow rabbit, screaming, "Don't you come over here!" Something unexpected happened. The giant snow rabbit ignored Li Shui Shui and stared intently at the carrot flying towards it. A second later, it opened its mouth and ate the carrot with a look of pure bliss. This scene left Tian Hao and the others wide-eyed and speechless. So this snow rabbit was just hungry. Li Shui, why are you carrying carrots with you? Well, I brought them as rations for the group. At this moment, the giant snow rabbit looked at Li Shui again. Li Shui was terrified. She kept taking out carrots and throwing them at it, crying out, "It's coming again." The giant snow rabbit happily stuffed each carrot into its mouth. Seeing the situation, Tian Hao frowned slightly. The carrots are about to run out. I have to take this chance to lure the snow rabbit and defeat it. Thinking this, he spoke up. Li Shui, throw your bag to Su Qinger now. Hearing this, Li Shui, without a moment's hesitation, threw the bag of carrots to Su Qinger. Su Qinger was stunned, pointing at herself. Me. Then she instinctively caught the bag of carrots. The giant snow rabbit immediately shifted its attention to her and charged. Seeing this, Su Qinger immediately entered her half-beast man state. She leaped to evade the giant snow rabbit's pounce and asked, Lin Tianhao, what kind of trick are you pulling? Tian Hao smiled and replied, obviously to take care of it. A moment later, Su Qinger dodged another pounce from the giant snow rabbit and cried out, it's too fast. Lin Tianhao, are you done yet? Tian Hao pointed to the cave wall and shouted, lure it over there. Su Qinger smiled and said, so that's the plan. I get it. She then ran towards the back wall of the cave. The giant snow rabbit chased closely behind her. Just as she reached the wall, Su Qinger timed it perfectly. She suddenly changed direction and ran to the side. The giant snow rabbit, however, crashed hard into the cave wall, creating a powerful shockwave that caused several large rocks from the ceiling to fall, hitting it on the head and temporarily stunning it. Seizing the opportunity, Tian Hao immediately shouted, it took the bait! Slime, it's your turn now. Use the split skill and mucus shot. Hearing this, the demonized slime charged towards the giant snow rabbit. In an instant, it split into two and continuously sprayed mucus at the giant snow rabbit, which had lost its ability to dodge. System notification, you have defeated the giant snow rabbit. EXP plus 200. 100 EXP remaining until next level. Tian Hao breathed a sigh of relief and thought, finally taken care of. It was just a level 8 snow rabbit, but my slime had such a hard time fighting it. Currently, the slime's skills are mostly area of effect damage, so it's too inefficient against single targets. If I encounter a situation like this again, Li Shu spoke up. We finally took down that snow rabbit. I thought I was a goner for sure. Lin Tianhao, while crying. Su Qinger looked at Tian Hao angrily and scolded. Lin Tianhao, how dare you use me as bait? Tian Hao scratched his head and said with a laugh, I'm sorry, but among everyone here, only your speed could have dodged that rabbit. Su Qinger's face flushed pink as she said, putting it that way, I guess I can accept it. Then she looked at Li Shui and scolded, this is all your fault, we're in an abyss. Why would you bring carrots? You got us chased by a rabbit. Li Shui whispered, I just wanted to bring some rations for the group. Su Qinger said, who would want to gnaw on carrots? Put all those carrots in your storage space, right? Now for me, Tian Hao suddenly spoke up. Wait, defeating one snow rabbit gives 120 experience points. That's the most we've gotten from any monster so far. If we can lure the snow rabbits here, we can level up at the fastest possible rate. The condition to clear the cold abyss is to defeat the abyss's level 10 boss. And to defeat the boss, I need the industries. All team members must be at least level 4. Right now, we are level 3 and level 2. To get to level 4, we need to defeat at least 5 more snow rabbits. Li Shu asked worriedly, but we had such a hard time just now dealing with one. If we lure more, will we be okay? Tian Hao smiled and replied, don't worry. Last time we were the prey, but this time it's our turn to be the hunters. Su Qinger spoke up. I agree, I still need to climb the rankings. I don't have time to hunt down monsters one by one. Now that the monsters are coming to us, isn't this perfect? Let's start planning quickly. A short while later, the three of them placed a carrot in front of the cave entrance and hid behind a large rock nearby, waiting patiently. Soon enough, a giant snow rabbit appeared. It stared intently at the carrot and approached. The three hiding behind the large rock. Seeing this, their eyes lit up and they jumped out shouting, Success, we've got you now. 3 hours later, the levels of the three had changed significantly. Tian Hao was level 5, Su Qinger and Li Shui were level 4. Tian Hao spoke up, finally leveled up. We've only been in here for 5 hours and we're already at level 4. That's really fast, Li Shui exclaimed. Su Qinger nodded in agreement. It is very fast. I remember Fang Changyun. The person at the top of the rankings took 8 hours to clear it, Li Shu said happily. In other words, Doesn't that mean we can break the record of the person at the top? Sukinger chuckled and said, it's not that simple. You think the boss is just a pushover? Chen Hao spoke seriously. That's right. According to the guide, the boss is the undead leader. It can control rotting wild wolves and undead to attack. The difficulty isn't high, but it's a battle of attrition. With our current team composition, I'm afraid it will take us 2 hours to finish the fight. Li Shu asked, so what do we do now? Sukinger replied, for now, we rest first. Let's get back into top condition. Tian Hao also said, she's right. Let's rest for half an hour first. He then pulled up the system panel, deciding to use his talent skill, Demonic Sacrifice. His health immediately dropped from 1100 to 800. Tian Hao thought to himself, the max health increase gets smaller with each level up. I need to find a way to improve this once I get out. The Demonized Slime's information panel also changed. Demonized Slime, level 9, HP 1600, Attack 50, Agility 130, a Defense 9. Skill Strong, Corrosive Slime, Mucus Shot, Demonic Dance, Split. Tian Hao thought with a hint of regret, no new skills. The stat increase isn't that significant either. I hope the upcoming boss fight won't be too difficult. Suddenly, outside the cave, a loud noise echoed, startling the three of them. What's going on? The three of them exclaimed in unison and immediately ran outside to see. When they reached the cave entrance, they discovered the commotion was caused by a boss. Hidden Boss Killin, level 10, HP 1500, Attack 120, Agility 300, Defense 10, Skills Horn Gore, Crushing Hoof Falling Star. Description, a pure and noble creature, a divine guardian beast sleeping deep within the abyss. Its mission is to protect the creatures within its domain from being harmed. When the life force within its domain weakens, it will appear to drive away intruders and bring new life. Tian Hao said, I can't believe it's a Killin. I never thought I'd run into a hidden boss. My luck is really something else. But its stats are much stronger than the undead leader. Just then, the demonized slime suddenly leaped forward and let out a cry, as if giving a warning. However, the Killin boss didn't pay any attention. Its eyes just lit up, and it looked towards Tian Hao and the others. A second later, Tian Hao's eyes showed a swirling vortex as if he was hypnotized. He slowly walked forward, whispering, beautiful, so beautiful. The demonized slime saw this and cried out again, but it had no effect. Tian Hao continued to walk forward, so the demonized slime took a risk and bit Tian Hao. Ow, that hurts. Tian Hao cried out. His vision returned to normal. He looked at his demonized slime in confusion and asked, why did you bite me, slime? The demonized slime cried out and pointed towards the two girls, Li Shu and Sukinger. Tian Hao turned to look and saw that they had also been hypnotized, just like him. What was more dangerous was that they were only one step away from the edge of a cliff. Just as the two were about to take their final step, Tian Hao reacted in time and shouted, watch out. He rushed forward, wrapped his arms around their waists, and pulled them behind a large rock, preventing them from being hypnotized by the Killin boss again. Behind the rock, Li Shui and Sukinger also came to their senses. Sukinger said, it's the hidden boss of the cold abyss. The Killin? I can't believe it appeared here. Li Shui asked curiously, isn't the boss of the cold abyss the undead leader? Why is it a Killin now? Tian Hao peeked his head out cautiously and said, the Killin is a guardian beast of living creatures. It must be because we killed too many snow rabbits that we woke it up. Li Shui asked again, but we killed so many wolves and undead before without any problems. Could it be because they're not living creatures? Sukinger replied, that's right. Originally, we just had to follow the strategy. Defeat the small monsters along the way, then get to the abyss, and defeat the final boss, the undead leader. Then we could have cleared the dungeon, but we accidentally triggered the hidden boss. Its stats are much higher than the undead leaders, and not just by one level. We might get completely wiped out here. Hearing this, Li Shui was terrified and said, crying, I don't want to die yet. Can't we just run away? Tian Hao said, running is not an option. We've killed so many monsters, and we've left tracks in the snow. Li Shui lowered her head dejectedly and said, it's all my fault for bringing the carrots. If I had known, we could have just dealt with the undead leader from the start. Now we've run into the hidden boss. We're definitely going to die here. Tian Hao placed a hand on her shoulder and said, what are you talking about? Thanks to you, our dungeon clearing time is even faster than the record. Then he turned and stood up, continuing, that's right. We just need to defeat the boss to clear the dungeon. Hidden boss or not, I won't let you two get hurt. Sukinger also stood up and said, it's just one Killin. You think I'd be scared? Just don't you two drag me down. Li Shui was touched by their words. She also stood up and smiled. You too. Thank you. Just then, the Qilin boss suddenly opened its mouth and roared loudly. Tianhao said, "It's found us." Then they saw the Qilin boss leap across the chasm and use its Horngore skill, charging straight for the large rock, where Tianhao's group was hiding. Seeing this, Tianhao shouted, "Scatter!" Hearing this, everyone immediately followed his command and moved away from the large rock. A second later, the large rock was shattered into many pieces by the Qilin. It then used the skill song of soul purification. Waves of sound emanated from the horn on its forehead, spreading towards Tianhao's group. Tianhao covered his ears in pain and cried out, "Li Shui!" Li Hui understood and began to strum the strings of the instrument in her hands. System notification chanting. Sage's narrative purification resistance. Lullaby weaken. War God's March increased damage. The sound of the instrument overpowered the Qilin's sound waves. This made it very angry. It immediately roared and used its crushing hoof skill, charging towards Li Shui to attack her. Li Shui screamed in terror, her eyes wide as the attack neared. Luckily for her, just as the sharp horn was about to pierce her, Sukinger appeared in her half-beast state. She grabbed the Qilin's horn with one hand and delivered a knee to its neck. Then Sukinger smirked, chose a direction, and ran. The Qilin boss immediately switched its target to her. It chased after her and tried to gore her with its horn. Sukinger jumped high into the air to dodge, then said with a laugh, "A hidden boss is only this strong." Not far away, Tianhao, who was still observing every detail of the boss, suddenly shouted, "Sukinger, watch out." After being pierced by the Qilin's horn, Sukinger's body fell to the ground. Li Shu rushed over to support her, calling out in panic, "Sukinger, wake up." "Slime, it's our turn," Tianhao said. While under the effect of the full armament skill, the demonized slime's stats began to rise. Preparations were complete. The demonized slime leaped high, then sprayed corrosive slime onto the Qilin's back, causing the Qilin to cry out in pain. Li Zui, witnessing this scene, was so shocked, she had to exclaim, "So strong. This is the hidden boss, the single-horned Qilin. And it's actually being suppressed by it." Tianhao explained, "What the single-horned Qilin fears most are dark element attacks. The demonized slime's clone was stomped out of existence by the Qilin, but the main body survived. It leaped high and latched onto the Qilin's back, holding on tight. The corrosive slime gradually seeped into the Qilin's body. At this moment, a notification appeared. Having suffered a critical hit, the single-horned Qilin has entered a berserk state." Tianhao finished reading and quickly ordered his demonized slime to retreat. The demonized slime detached from the Qilin's back, jumping behind Tianhao in a single leap. The Qilin didn't make any move at this moment. It just looked up at Tianhao as if trying to say something. Tianhao was wondering what it was trying to do when he suddenly saw the Qilin's body was starting to bleed. "Lin Tianhao, what are you standing there for? Hurry up and finish it off." As she spoke, Sukinger raised her claws and charged towards the Qilin. "I want to help too," Li Shui said, charging forward with her. "Wait!" Tianhao quickly tried to stop them. Sukinger didn't listen and finished off the Qilin with a single swipe. However, in its dying moments, the Qilin actually let out a sob, which surprised her. A few seconds later, the sobbing turned into a piercing scream. A pillar of light shot up from the Qilin's body towards the sky. The ground shook. The rocks in the cave began to crack and fall down. A giant boulder was about to fall on Tianhao. He ordered his demonized slime to swallow the boulder whole. In just a moment, the boulder was corroded away. The demonized slime's swollen body gradually returned to normal. "This is bad. This place is about to collapse. Everyone get over here," Tianhao shouted. Li Shu and Sukinger quickly ran to Tianhao's side, where the demonized slime was providing cover. "What's happening? Why is everything collapsing like this? The guardian beast of this area has died. The magic is starting to dissipate." Tianhao speculated, his eyes glancing towards the Qilin. Just then, he saw a large rock about to fall where it lay. He quickly ordered his slime use split. He successfully protected the Qilin from being crushed by the rock. "Everyone look. The cave has stopped collapsing," Li Shui said. Tianhao's group went over to the Qilin. Wherever the Qilin's blood flowed, patches of green grass began to grow on the ground, which surprised Sukinger. "How did this happen? The blood of a unicorn has healing powers. So the land that comes into contact with its blood has begun to revive," Tianhao explained. Just then, the Qilin's head suddenly lifted up. "Let's finish it off. We need to get out of this abyss soon." Sukinger was about to strike when Tianhao stopped her. "Wait, we can't kill it yet," Sukinger replied impatiently. "You stopped me from attacking it just now." "Lin Tianhao, what are you trying to do?" Li Shui then spoke up. "Hold on. There's something not right with this unicorn." Sukinger looked at Li Shui in surprise. Why are you acting like this too? Tianhao looked at the Qilin, feeling confused. What was it trying to convey just now? The Qilin suddenly lunged forward. Its sharp horn nearly injured Li Shui, which made Suqinger even more impatient. That's it, I can't wait. I have to kill it now. Wait. But Lin Tianhao, I said I can't wait anymore. Just then the Qilin's belly suddenly bulged. A moment later, a baby Qilin was born. This boss has a rebirth ability. Then, while it hasn't recovered, let me finish it off, Suqinger said, raising her sharp claws. She was about to physically assault the baby Qilin when Tianhao suddenly stood up, shielding the baby Qilin. She couldn't retract her attack in time. Her claws scraped across Tianhao's face. A drop of blood fell onto the baby Qilin's horn. What are you doing? Suqinger shouted angrily. At the same time, a notification sound echoed. Contract successful. A stream of golden light flew towards Tianhao. At the same time, he received a notification. Cold Abyss, Young Unicorn, Level 1. HP 600. Attack 15. Agility 100. Defense 2. Skills. Song of Soul Purification, Beast Hoof Stomp. I knew it, my guess was right. Its reaction just now was indeed to protect the young one in its belly. I just didn't expect that this young beast could form a contract. So I have my second summoned beast now, Tianhao thought happily. What is this? This unicorn? Before Suqinger could finish her sentence, she noticed the Qilin's body glowing again. The ground also began to crack. Suqinger pulled Li Shui and started to run, while looking back at Tianhao. What are you standing there for? She shouted. Hurry up and run. Tianhao sat down and stroked the Qilin, murmuring, I've taken your young one with me. I'll take good care of it. The unicorn's body gradually faded away. The ground began to show cracks. At this moment, Tianhao and his slime finally noticed their surroundings. Suddenly, a notification sound echoed. You have defeated the Cold Abyss unicorn. Reward: drop 1 unicorn horn forgeable, 1 unicorn pelt, 1 vial of unicorn blood poisonous, 1 Cold Abyss clearance treasure chest. The cracks in the ground around them grew larger. The slime cried out in alarm. Chirp! He looked at the system panel in shock. Another new notification popped up. Congratulations, you have broken the record. The leaderboard is now being updated. Tianhao frowned, his expression becoming more serious. Elsewhere, Qinger and Li Shui saw him sitting motionless. She shouted loudly, Lin Tianhao, what are you doing? Get up here. At this moment, Tianhao finally snapped out of his thoughts, but his foot slipped into a crack in the ground. His whole body lost balance, and he fell down with his slime. Qinger and Li Shui were horrified. Lin Tianhao. The ground crumbled, and he fell deeper and deeper. Suddenly, the system displayed a message. Do you wish to leave the dungeon? Tianhao didn't hesitate and pressed yes. Suddenly, a stream of blue light teleported him to another place. Meanwhile, she and Li Shui were also enveloped in blue light. Qinger and she were slowly lifted up and teleported to another place. Li Shui breathed a sigh of relief. I thought I was going to die. Tianhao was teleported and fell to the ground. Li Shui and Qinger ran over. She growled, Lin Tianhao. Qinger grabbed him by the collar. Tianhao reassured them, calm down, calm down. The crowd behind them was murmuring, look, everyone, look. There's a change in the rankings. Someone new is on the board. Another person chimed in. That's right. The leaderboard hasn't been updated in a long time. I wonder who will make it on the board. A man holding a magic staff interrupted. What? If you're not in first place, what's all the fuss about? Who could possibly break Fang Chungyun's record? Suddenly someone pointed at the glowing portal. Someone's coming out. This must be the team that broke the record. Let's go take a look. The crowd continued to buzz. Someone asked loudly, another team just came out. Could they be the ones who broke the record? The man with the staff replied smugly, Are you an idiot? That other team was just thrown out. They must have been forcibly ejected. It's definitely not them. The other person stammered in reply. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's hurry up. If we're late, we won't be able to ride their coattails. Qinger furiously shouted. What did you people say? Li Shui frantically held her back. Sister Qinger, calm down. Calm down. Tianhao stood behind them, scared. The crowd surged towards the portal, everyone eager to see which team had broken the record. He also turned his gaze in that direction. When he saw that the person stepping out of the portal was Wang Dong's team, he muttered, so it was them. He looked at Tianhao with a disdainful gaze and sneered. Well, Lin Tianhao. So you made it out, too. Wang Dong and his group slowly approached him. I never expected a piece of trash like you to survive. I bet you were forced to teleport out, weren't you? Wang Dong glanced at Xingni and started to taunt her. Well, if it isn't our campus beauty, why are you on the same team as this loser? Dashan chimed it in. Yeah, why don't you join our brother Dong instead? Our brother Dong has the warrior class, you know. She retorted angrily. Get lost, you filthy scum. Hearing that, Yunfei moved closer to Xingni. He yelled, You're asking for it, aren't you? Stop, he shouted, blocking them. Yunfei turned back, and he and Xingni were stunned to hear it. Wang Dong got close to Tianhao's face and said sternly, Lin Tianhao, have you finally seen the difference between you and me? He gave a faint smile. Tianhao tilted his head up sarcastically. Open those dog eyes of yours and take a good look. Who do you really think the gap is between... Furious, he lunged forward, grabbing his shirt. What did you say? Just then, announcements echoed all around. The leaderboard has been updated. Currently in first place, Lin Tianhao. Hearing this, Wang Dong's face darkened. Yunfei exclaimed in surprise. What? Dashan was visibly shocked. Lin Tianhao is number 1. Seeing the tables had turned, he let go of his collar and slowly backed away. Tianhao smiled triumphantly. Now everyone's system panel showed. Number 1, Lin Tianhao, someone shouted. Everyone look. Number 1 really is Lin Tianhao. Another person added in amazement. The great god Fang. Yun has dominated the leaderboard for 3 straight years, and now he's been knocked off the top. The guy who was just mocking him changed his tune. Has a new god of war appeared? Quick, let's go suck up to the new big shot. Dashan was in disbelief. No way. He's a loser. How could he possibly be number 1? Wang Dong looked like he was about to lose his composure. Yunfei chimed in to agree. I know what happened. He cheated. That loser definitely cheated. He got more worked up as he spoke. During the school test. He cheated last time too. So for this ranking, he must have pulled some strings again. This guy is a damn cheating dog. The people around were half convinced, half skeptical. Cheated, no way. I thought a new great god had appeared. Could he really be a cheater? Suddenly a voice rang out, ignorant. This is the Black Abyss Dungeon leaderboard. You think you can just call cheat whenever you want? Yunfei whipped around and yelled, Yeah, I said it. Who has a problem with... Suddenly, he froze, his expression turning ugly. Everyone's attention turned towards the group that was approaching. Each one of them exuded a powerful aura. Murong Yu, level 9 swordsman. Golden Saint Master A-rank talent. Murong Shu, level 8. Dual Shadow Assassin, A-rank talent. Wang Hong, level 7. A Light Element Mage, B-rank talent. Bing Xin, level 8. Warrior, B-rank talent. Song Xiaolan, level 8. Priest, B-rank talent. Everyone turned to look over there. Aren't those the Murong siblings? This is my first time seeing them in person. They're stunning. With an aura like that, no wonder the Murong family is known as the Golden Saint Masters. Tianhao also turned, murmuring, the Murong family, huh? They both have class titles. This won't be simple. The analysis panel appeared Murong Yu, level 9. Swordsman, Golden Saint Master, A-rank talent. Murong Zhu, level 8. Swordsman, Golden Saint Master, A-rank talent. He wondered, but why have they shown up here? Unlike the other families, their families' professionals usually enter the Black Abyss through fixed teleportation gates. Tianhao looked at Xingni and Li Shui. However, some professionals from the major families come to the square to form teams and recruit regular people to enter the Black Abyss with them. They approached where Tianhao was standing. He was deep in thought. But they've already formed a team, so showing up here now... What's their goal? Wang Dong stepped forward to introduce himself to Murong Shui. Hello, Lady Murong. I am Wang Dong, a holy shield warrior with a C-rank talent. She didn't even glance at him. She just walked right past, leaving Wang Dong frozen in place. Seeing this, Yunfei cursed. How dare you ignore Brother Dong and go looking for that loser? Hey, are you guys blind? My brother Dong is a holy shield warrior. Murong Zhu said with disdain, a holy shield warrior. And yet someone like this appears among them. It's truly pathetic. He snapped back angrily. What did you say? Wang Dong stopped Yunfei. His face was dark. It's fine if you look down on me, but first I have to warn you. That guy is a complete loser. To get on the leaderboard, he must have used some kind of trick. You got lucky this time. Next time, I'll show you what real strength is. Let's go. Xingni was pleased. They're finally leaving. All that barking was hurting my ears. Murong Yu took off his gloves, an arrogant look on his face. You must be Lin Tianhao, the one who set a new record for the Black Abyss. Correct. He held out his hand. Hello, I'm Murong Yu. It's a pleasure to meet you. Tianhao was slightly surprised. They're looking for me. Seeing him dazed, Murong Shui snapped. Are you an idiot? My brother is offering you a handshake. Murong Yu affectionately stopped her. Xiao Shui. Tianhao stammered, Yes, hello. Xingnai stopped him from shaking the man's hand. She shouted, "Are you blind? Can't you see he's already on my team?" Tianhao yelled, "Ow, my hand." Murong-Yu's face darkened. "We are speaking with him. Please step aside." Dingni grabbed his hand and pulled him away. "Trying to poach my teammate. Who wants to waste time with you people, Lin Tianhao Li Shui? Let's go." Murong Shui stepped forward to block them. "I don't want to waste words either. We just want him." The people around started whispering. "What's going on? Is the Murong family trying to recruit a summoner? He's not just any summoner. He's the #1 summoner who broke the Black Abyss record." "What did you say?" "No wonder. The Murong family must want to break the record too. Teaming up with him directly is the fastest way." She stood firm. "No way. Get out of my way," Xingnai thought to herself. "I can't let them have Lin Tianhao. Otherwise, the record I just set on the leaderboard will get pushed down." Wang Hong and Bing Xin stepped in front of her. He ordered, "Please step aside. We're taking him with us today no matter what." The people around kept murmuring, "Don't hesitate. Fighting alongside the Murong family would be much easier. Plus, he'd get a lot more resources." "That's right. What's more, they have 2 A rank and 3 B rank professionals with them." Li Shu asked worriedly, "Hey, you're not really going to join their group, are you?" Yingnai glanced at him. "He wouldn't dare." Murong-Yu replied condescendingly, "I don't think you have the right to decide for him, so let's ask him what he wants." He smirked. "We, the Golden Saint Knights, would like to formally invite you to join our team. What is your decision?" The system showed Murong-Yu invites you to join the party. Accept or decline. Tianhao hesitated between the 2 answers. Xingni pointed at him and snapped. "You don't need to say another word. Lin Tianhao will not." Before she could finish, Tianhao interrupted. "All right." His answer surprised both her and Li Shui. "What?" He confirmed firmly. "All right." Xingni couldn't believe it and asked again, "What did you say?" It was like a lightning bolt had struck her. "How could you?" Murong-Yu clapped his hands in satisfaction. "A wise choice. You are truly an intelligent man." He was impatient. "If that's the case, then accept the party invitation." Now the system only showed yes and no. Wang Hong and Bing Xin were trying to hold Xingni back. She struggled, shouting, "No, you can't agree to their terms." Murong-Yu had a sinister smile. "Let's break some new records together. This is a win-win situation, wouldn't you agree?" His finger decisively pressed no on the system panel. This action left everyone present completely stunned. Murong Shui shouted angrily, "What is the meaning of this?" Tianhao just smiled calmly. "Don't be in such a hurry. If you want me to join you, that's fine. But first, you have to agree to a few of my requests." "All right." She angrily pointed a finger at his face. "Letting a summoner like you join was already a huge favor. Don't push your luck." Tianhao turned to leave. "No negotiations then." "Fine, let's just forget it." Murong-Yu stopped him. "Wait, what are your requests?" He stopped walking and smiled mysteriously. "It's very simple. Actually, they're just a few small conditions." Tianhao turned his head back and smirked. "First, after entering the Black Abyss, everyone must follow my orders. Second, without my permission, no one is allowed to compete with me for experience points. Third, all items dropped when killing. Monsters belong to me." His words left the entire group on the other side stunned. Murong Shui was annoyed. "What?" The crowd murmured. "Those are basically tyrannical terms, but they're the ones who need his help. So I don't think these conditions are too unreasonable. If they agree, that would mean the Murong family will have to follow a summoner's orders. But if they don't agree, they won't be able to climb the leaderboard." What a brilliant move. Tianhao was unfazed. "So, just meet my conditions, and I'll immediately lead the team." Jialan vehemently objected. "Captain, you can't agree to his terms." Wang Hong added, "He's clearly looking down on us." Standing next to Tianhao Xing, Ni just smiled smugly. She put her hands on her hips, taunting them. "What's wrong? Can't accept it." "Well, if you're so capable, go climb the leaderboard yourselves." How dare he show the Murong family no respect the nerve. "He's got guts," people whispered. "He broke the War God Fang's record. Even the city lord would have to show him some respect." Bing Xin lost his patience and flared up. "Let me teach this brat a lesson." However, Murong-Yu stopped him. "That's enough. Don't forget why we came here today." He said calmly, "If Mr. Lin here had no intention of forming a team, why would he bother with all this teasing?" He replied coldly, "It's nothing. I just don't like seeing other teams using their power to poach people." Murong Shu said angrily, Murong-Yu warned through gritted teeth. "It's just one little deep cold abyss leaderboard. I'd advise you not to get too complacent. Be careful or your joy will turn to sorrow." He turned and ordered, "We're leaving." From behind, Xingnai eagerly said, "Hurry up and go." Murong glared back at Lin Tianhao, teeth clenched. "I'll remember you." He didn't seem to care about the threat. "Let's go. We just need to enter the Black Abyss 2 more times, and we can reach level 10. Tianhao suddenly broke out in a cold sweat. "Why do I suddenly have a creepy feeling?" Xingni and Li Shui exploded with anger. "You never had any intention of joining them. Did you? So you were tricking us too? And here I was thinking you were an ungrateful, heartless, and disloyal person." Faced with their burning rage, he panicked and held up his hands pleading. Everyone let me explain. Please." Tianhao's piercing scream echoed through the quiet mountain forest. A moment later, he was beaten and sprawled on the ground, his face bruised and battered. She pouted. "Let's go restock our supplies first. We'll meet up again later." A floating notification panel appeared. Next cooldown reset. 01:23:41. Tianhao struggled to sit up, muttering, "Ouch, I can't believe they hit so hard." He sighed helplessly. "There's still over an hour until the next entry, so I'll find a place to rest for now." Tianhao strolled around while checking his system panel. "The experience I got from defeating the scale beast helped me reach level 6. Looking at it, he mumbled, "Oh, right. I still don't know the specific abilities of the scale beast that I captured." Tianhao touched the system window. "In that case," he shouted, "come on out." A large magic circle appeared at Tianhao's feet. He clasped his hands and chanted, summoning Jutsu Unibeast. "Come to me." A brilliant magical light flashed. Tianhao shielded his eyes with his hand. As the light faded, a hazy mist was before him. Tianhao panicked. "Where's my summoned beast?" Immediately, the system panel announced summoning failed. "Please confirm the status of the summoned creature." He scratched his head and wondered, what's going on? 2 choices appeared on the notification panel. The summoned creature has not yet hatched. "Do you wish to confirm hatching? Yes, no." Tianhao selected yes. Immediately after, the system displayed egg is hatching. Countdown until hatching, 71, 59, 58. He was shocked. 3 days that long. Tianhao swiped his hand across the notification panel. "Oh well, I guess I'll just have to wait." He suddenly remembered something important. "Oh right, I still haven't checked my loot." The system displayed a familiar notification. "Open the deep cold abyss clear reward chest for a random chance at equipment materials or potions, etc." "Are you sure you want to open it?" Tianhao mumbled, "Let's see what I can get." Soon after, an image of a letter appeared. He wondered, is it a package? When he opened it, he burst out laughing. Turns out it's a historic record gift bag. The system screen displayed, "Congratulations, you have received the Deep Cold Abyss historic record gift bag with the title The Fastest Man." The words "The Fastest Man" lit up brilliantly, which made Tianhao blush. You've got to be kidding. What's this title supposed to mean? What the heck is The Fastest Man? After a moment of confusion, he shook his head. Forget it. Forget it. First, let's open the gift bag and see. The system showed the same notification. "Open for a random chance at high-level Black Abyss. Equipment materials, potions, etc." Tianhao confirmed, "Open." 2 floating chests appeared in front of him. Tianhao decided, first let's see what's inside the clear reward chest. After opening it, the system displayed, "Name protective armor, usable by all classes. Attributes, health points, plus 50 defense, +1. Name small experience potion X2. Details gain 50 experience points upon use." These items made him quite satisfied. Getting a set of armor isn't bad luck at all. Tianhao curiously looked at the glowing chest. "Let's see what's in this chest." A click was heard as the chest popped open. Tianhao's eyes widened in surprise. The information appeared before his eyes. Name Ice Necklace. Grade Silver. Attributes Magic Power plus 50. Spirit plus 10 effect. When worn, it increases your ice resistance by plus 5. Reduces the slowing effect of ice-type skills by 15%. The useful information left Tianhao stunned, thinking to himself, I actually got a piece of silver-grade equipment. He analyzed it piece by piece. Equipment grades are divided into 9 types: common, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, radiant, legendary, and divine. Tianhao was overjoyed. I can't believe I suddenly got a piece of silver-grade equipment like this. The heavens must be helping me. Without hesitation, he raised his right hand and shouted, "Equip!" A bright light erupted, and a mystical set of armor covered Tianhao's body. He mumbled, having armor really makes a difference. Tianhao's face was now full of confidence and determination. His sharp gaze was fixed ahead. His personal information panel was clearly displayed. His power index had increased significantly. Tianhao looked at the status panel in front of him. My attributes have increased quite a bit, and I still have 3 skill points. He decided decisively. No need to think, it's obviously this one. Immediately, a stream of fiery red energy burst from Tianhao's body. Upgrade complete. Full armament level 1 to level 3. Full body armament level 3. Protect summoned creature. Will consume less spiritual power. Doubles the attributes of the summoned creature from its original level. Duration 200 seconds. He smiled. Upgrade successful. From now on, grinding dungeons won't take as much time. But he wasn't done yet. Tianhao continued to operate the control panel. Next is to add one more level to slime. As soon as he completed the action, an image of demon slime appeared with its detailed information. Tianhao quickly made his choice. Sacrificing 100 points should be enough. What is this? He was surprised. Advancement. It can advance. The notification clearly showed enter sacrifice. 6 levels remaining to advance. He suddenly wondered, what does advancement mean? Do I get a new skill I have to try it to find out? Tianhao was confused. There's no description at all. He pointed his hand decisively at the screen. I'll just advance it directly and find out. Without further hesitation, Tianhao pressed the Yes command button. A health bar showing 100 appeared above his head, but in a flash it quickly dropped to 500. At the same time, the system announced sacrifice successful. Health limit 100 to 500. He watched as slime gradually transformed. Here it comes. It released a powerful, surging wave of energy. Tianhao tried to withstand the force of the wind. In the fierce vortex, Tianhao focused on observing the powerful energy. The distorted and ferocious parts of Slime's body gradually transformed. His jaw dropped in surprise, sweat dripping down his face. At the Black Abyss Square, Xingnai stood before the teleportation gate, wondering, it's time to gather. Where did that Lin Tianhao run off to? Li Shui was out of breath. Maybe you can open the party panel to see his location. Xingni agreed. You're right. Let me try. A map of the area appeared on the virtual screen. She stared at it intently. What is that Lin Tianhao doing so deep in the forest? Xingni ordered. Let's go find him. The two of them hurriedly left the square. Li Huk hastily followed behind. Wait for me. Inside the forest, a source of energy, as red as fire, erupted, engulfing the space. Tianhao was confused. What is that? Suddenly, from within the red light, a strange creature appeared. It tilted its head, bewildered. Qi, he blushed. Oh my God. Tianhao covered his mouth in embarrassment. Why aren't you wearing anything? Slime looked at him with an incredibly innocent and naive expression. Before Tianhao could react, it suddenly rushed towards him. Qi! He jumped back, startled. What are you doing, kid? However, Slime continued to charge forward without hesitation. Qi! Tianhao panicked. It leaped onto him. The impact sent them both tumbling to the ground. Slime looked at Tianhao with sparkling eyes full of delight. His face turned as red as a tomato as he stared at it. It looked back at Tianhao with pure innocence. Tianhao grabbed Slime's hand. Hey! He yelled, no matter what. I will not react to my summoned creature. It chirped, Qi, too flustered and impatient. Tianhao raised his hand and opened a virtual interface. He pulled out a set of clothes. Here, take this. It stared blankly at the clothes. Then Slime's liquid body began to envelop the outfit. A moment later, it stood before Tianhao in a bizarre state. He sighed. This is for you to wear. Tianhao held out another set of clothes. Hold out your arms. Helplessly, Tianhao helped Slime put on the shirt. Do I look like a happy father to you? The system window showed Defense Plus 0.1. He was surprised. A summoned creature can actually use a professional's equipment. Could it be because it has a human form? I still haven't seen the new attributes of the advanced slime. Let me see. The system displayed complete information about slime. Its power index had increased significantly. A few other panels appeared. Tianhao was excited. Oh, it has 2 new skills. One is an AoE and the other is a single target attack skill. Highly corrosive acid rain. This must be a new skill after the upgrade. And the Demon's Embrace is the advanced skill. He looked at the skill panel and commented, these 2 skills seem quite powerful. I'll try them out when I get the chance. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the forest, Xingni looked at the map. Why did Lin Tianhao run so deep into the forest? She wondered. She observed the location on the map where 3 red dots were clearly visible among the trees. Xingni urged Li Shui, let's go. He's right ahead of us. She peeked out and said, found you. The scene before her made Xingni freeze. Tianhao was hugging Slime tightly. Li Shu panted, we found him. I'm exhausted. She blushed, her mouth agape in utter surprise. Xingni shouted furiously, Lin Tianhao, what are you doing? Tianhao noticed them. Why are you all here? She growled through gritted teeth. What's wrong? Did we interrupt you in the middle of something important? He froze sweat beading on his forehead from embarrassment. Xingni's scream echoed throughout the entire forest. Lin Tianhao, you pervert. She calmed down. How was I supposed to know slime evolved? Who told you not to explain things clearly? Tianhao held his head and cried out in frustration. Did you even give me a chance to speak? Tianhao asked. But why did you guys come here? She explained. It was time to meet up. If we couldn't find you, how could we enter the Black Abyss? He scratched his head awkwardly. Ah, well, I was resting and didn't check the time. The interface panel displayed the time. 0 hours, 0 minutes. The system displayed Deep Cold Abyss. Do you confirm entry? Yes, no. Tianhao glanced around, rechecking everyone's equipment. Then his resolute voice rang out. Since everyone is here, let's go. Everyone responded in unison, yeah. Immediately after, a blinding light appeared, engulfing the three of them. In the deep, dark, deep, cold abyss, the ground was littered with dry bones and the corpses of grotesque creatures, all covered in white snow. Amidst this desolate, deathly scene, Murongyu's team had just finished a fierce battle. His hand still gripped a fresh, blood-stained sword. Murongshu, with eyes as sharp as a knife, glanced around before turning to Murongyu. Brother, you killed them all, but it still hasn't appeared. Hearing this, Murongyu raised his sword to his face. He replied in a deep voice, his voice raspy. It seems someone beat us to it. Murongyu coldly swept his gaze over the devastated scene, unable to hide his mix of annoyance and disappointment. I can't believe someone beat us to it. Wang Heng timidly approached, his voice full of worry. Boss, what do we do now? Bingshin was already boiling with anger. He gritted his teeth and growled. Who took it? Let's just pay a high price to buy it back. Hearing this, Wang Hong immediately lost his temper. He smacked Bing Shin on the head and cursed, "Are you a pig?" Not to mention, it's a 1,000-year-old mythical beast. Plus, this is our secret mission. Do you think we can just flash our swords around? Xiaolun offered her speculation. Could another guild have gotten to it first? And taken it. Murongzhu, her face icy with anger, shouted, "All of you shut up. A bunch of idiots." It was definitely taken by a small squad of rogues. Here, new players with no organization or guild are collectively known as rogues. Murongzhui clutched a glowing crystal shard in her hand. She said coldly, "The other guilds don't have the shard. They couldn't have known the Unibeast had awakened." She hesitated. Unless? And it was encountered and defeated by another squad entering the Black Abyss. Murongyu agreed, raising his sword confidently. Xiaoshu is right. The Black Abyss is unstable. The mythical beast awakened earlier than expected. Apart from our Golden Saint Masters, the other guilds wouldn't have known in advance. As he spoke, he tightened his grip on his sword, his sharp gaze filled with confusion. The mythical beast is dead. The Black Abyss is unstable. The difficulty has increased. Who on earth defeated the mythical beast? From behind, Murong Shui offered her opinion. Brother, if someone else took it, the number of squads that just left the Black Abyss isn't large. Let's just kill them all and take it back. As she said this, an image of Tian Hao appeared in her mind. She gritted her teeth, especially that kid who doesn't know his place. Hearing this, Murong Yu quickly stopped his sister. No, the Golden Saint. Knights do not slaughter innocent people. He pondered for a moment, his gaze becoming more probing. Besides, to defeat a hidden boss, this person's strength must not be underestimated. A flicker of suspicion crossed Murong Yu's mind. He looked up at the distant horizon and mumbled, could it be the new record-setting summoner, Lin Tianhao? Hearing this name, Murong Shu clenched her fists even tighter, a look of unwillingness clear on her beautiful face. She said with choked frustration, but after a brief, tense argument, Murong Yu quickly made a final decision. In an authoritative tone, all right, let's go back and report first, then we'll discuss it further. Murong Shui was still feeling resentful and angry. Seemingly noticing this from his sister's expression, Murong Yu shouted, "Follow me back to the guild." Though unwilling, she still swallowed her anger and followed her brother. Immediately after, a loud clang was heard. Murong Yu's sword plunged straight into the cold ice floor. A brilliant, dazzling blue aura erupted, creating a shimmering spatial teleportation gate. Without a word of farewell, the entire Golden Saint Knight squad stepped into the swirling light and vanished without a trace. In another development, not far away, Tianhao's team had just been teleported to the deep cold abyss. As soon as he arrived, he immediately shivered. Still as cold as ever. Qingni had already stepped forward aggressively, her voice firm. "Let's go. We're going for a quick clear this time." Tianhao glanced at her and sighed softly, thinking to himself, these two spoiled young ladies. After setting foot in the gloomy forest, the frigid deep cold abyss, Tianhao's group cautiously advanced deeper inside. Suddenly, Qingni stopped, her eyes shining with excitement. This is the spawn point of the first corrupted wanderer wolf. Let this young lady use you for a warm-up. Just then, a very faint rustling sound came from the dense bushes, signaling a deadly danger lurking nearby. Xingnai stepped forward majestically, her hands already blazing with brilliant blue energy. Her eyes widened with a fighting spirit. Prepare to face this young lady's sharp claws. Right after she spoke, a pack of crazed wolves burst out from the darkness. At terrifying speed, Li Shu cried out in alarm. How are there 5 wanderer wolves? Tian Hao was also scared, thinking to himself, the number of monsters at the first hunting spot is 5 times the usual. Something's not right. But Xing Ni didn't hesitate for a moment. She charged forward like an arrow. So what if there are 5 of them? Watch me kill all of you in one move. However, the sheer number of them surprised her, and she frowned slightly and yelled, Li Shui. Receiving the signal from her teammate, Li Shui shouted, yes. Immediately, she began to chant, her slender fingers drawing mystical blue musical notes that enveloped the space. Xing Ni charged forward, her voice confident as she shouted. Just in time, the first blow she delivered was incredibly powerful, sending the entire pack of charging wolves flying. After sending them flying, the monsters, Xingnai smirked, a mocking look in her eyes. Simple. The wolves were sent flying in all directions, leaving behind thick clouds of purple smoke. Standing behind, Tian Hao meticulously observed every development, silently assessing Su Xingni after leveling up. A single blow deals up to 400 damage, as expected of a combat class. At this point, Xingni's hands were stained with wolf's blood, her voice challenging. Having more numbers is useless. This young lady will kill any that come. Meanwhile, Tian Hao was still suspicious. But why are there more wanderer wolves? Is it just a coincidence? Seeing him standing there staring at the wolves, Xingni impatiently turned and called out, Hey Lin! Tian Hao, follow me. He was still lost in thought, but he nodded slightly in response, telling himself, let's wait until the next hunting spot to see. The truth will be revealed then. In the pitch-black forest, where light seemed unable to penetrate through the dense canopy, Tian Hao murmured, something's not right here. She said sternly, Li should keep buffing me. This young lady will clear this place out. She replied with a very flustered expression, okay. Worried, Tian Hao loudly tried to stop them. Wait! The ground suddenly shook violently. What's happening? She tried to calm everyone down. Stay calm. Out of nowhere, a mass of snow suddenly fell. A giant zombie emerged from the snow. Behind Tian Hao was a pack of ferocious wolves. The zombies surrounded them. I can't believe they were hiding under the snow. This is a hunting formation. Xing Ni couldn't believe what she was seeing. How are there so many? Her face showed clear fear. What are we going to do? Tian Hao was calm, unlike the previous random attacks. Could it be that these monsters have evolved intelligence? The zombie suddenly launched an attack. She immediately pulled Li Shui away, dodging the surprise attack. He shouted, ordering, get up now! A red aura emanated from around Tian Hao. His eyes gradually turned ice cold. The zombie coldly pointed at him. The wolves began to charge towards Tian Hao. She and Li Shui hugged each other, their fear clearly visible on their faces. We're done for. The wolf snarled, revealing a set of white razor-sharp teeth. He wasn't scared, just smirked. He waved his hand, and a chilling wind followed. Summon. His face was gleeful. Demon slime. Outside the teleportation gate, everyone was in shock. What's happening? The ground was shaking so violently that they couldn't stand steady. The ground is shaking. A man with a fearful expression looked up. Look over there. There's movement at the entrance. A piercing scream rang out. Help! Everyone was frozen in place. Oh my God! What's going on? A boy lay on the ground, coughing up blood. Riot. Riot. The Black Abyss is in a riot. A police officer was bewildered. What? What are you saying? What do you mean the Black Abyss is in a riot? The system panel suddenly displayed a notification. How can this be? Looking back, none of the people who teleported out survived. The systems all displayed the same thing. They're all dead. They're all dead. Suddenly, the teleportation gate opened. The only things that came out were skulls. The remaining people were terrified. There are so many skeletons. The system displayed. How did it turn out like this? The difficulty of the Black Abyss has changed. The difficulty has changed to Nightmare. At the current difficulty, it's definitely not something we can handle. Quick, inform the city lord the Black Abyss is in a riot. The police officer was terrified. Tian Hao stood amidst the pack of wolves. Summon demon slime. He waved his hand and a red light appeared. A wolf opened its mouth wide to attack him. Suddenly, the red light passed through it. This caught the attention of the two zombies. The red light pierced through the ground and rocks, approaching the two zombies. Its eyes widened in fear. Countless dead wolves lay on the ground. As they stood in shock, a shadow appeared above them. The familiar figure belonged to Tian Hao. The slime was clinging to his neck. Li Shui and Xingni were both in awe of him. He's so strong, truly amazing. Tianhao glanced at everyone. Step aside for now. Xingni grabbed Li Shui's hand and quickly ran off. We're counting on you then. You can do this, Xingni thought to herself. Why? Do I feel like these monsters have gotten stronger? Can Tianhao really beat them by himself? She shouted excitedly. Go, Captain! Tianhao faced off against two enormous zombies. With a confident and provocative look, Tianhao taunted them. Come on. I'll beat you so bad your own mothers won't recognize you. They charged at him in unison. A wolf let out a ferocious roar. It heard the command and leaped forward. The attacking wolf drew closer and closer. But Tianhao didn't budge. He gave a command. Slime knocked them back. It immediately shot out its tentacles to attack the wolves. The wolf's eyes glowed red with fury, but it was still hit. Li Shu was uneasy watching the scene. What should we do? The captain's being attacked from both the front and back. Xingni watched intently. The power of the Wolf King and its pack is on a completely different level. Lin Tianhao is in danger this time. His eyes were as sharp as blades, cold and unwavering. Slime, defend! Hearing the command, it retracted its tentacles into a defensive posture. The wolves lunged, biting into its tentacles. The two girls watched in silence, but their hearts were filled with worry. This is bad. The wolf bit down hard on the tentacle, and its health dropped uncontrollably. 207 critical hit, 198 critical hit. Li Shu's face lit up. Look, they're losing health. Awesome, the slime's mucus is corrosive. This time the two wolf kings are done for. A wolf opened its maw wide, gathering its strength, and then tore off a chunk of the slime. Xingni and Li Shui couldn't help but be surprised. No way. After tearing it, the wolf roared triumphantly. Tianhao tensed up. Interesting, she thought, bewildered. What do we do now? The defense has been breached. Keep healing me. Okay. The two zombies advanced, their massive bodies shaking the ground. Li Shu was healing Xingni. Be careful, they're coming this way. The wolves were still trying to attack him. Tianhao's face suddenly darkened. They're even coordinating with each other, so they do have some intelligence. The wolves and the two zombies prepared to attack. Be careful, Li Shu screamed. She pulled Li Shui back. What are you doing? Are you crazy? But what about Lin Tianhao? She panicked. Let me think of something. Xingni was just as worried. Her face darkened. Don't tell me this is the only way. In her hand was an orange liquid. Whatever, let's do it. She struggled with the thought, but decided to use it. Tianhao smirked. Slime, all right. Let's do this. The wandering zombie was suddenly attacked, surprising everyone present. What's happening? It was hit with great force and thrown backward. Lejek and Xingni gasped in astonishment. The wandering zombie was pushed back. The fall of the wandering zombie sent white snowflakes flying everywhere. Tianhao yelled for the slime. Hold it tight! His eyes glowed red. Demon's embrace. Tianhao spread his hand wide. Then he clenched it tight. Skilled demon's embrace. The monster was squeezed tightly and screamed in agony. 211. 453. In just a moment, it was drained completely, turning into a dry skeleton. The system panel immediately appeared. System notification, you have killed the corrupted wandering wolf. Wolf King has received an experience reward. Li Shui couldn't hide her excitement when she saw this. A wandering zombie trembled. He actually crushed a level 10 corrupted Wolf King with his bare hands. The zombie above noticed its expression. The wandering zombie tightened its grip on its weapon. Without hesitation, it slammed it down on the frightened zombie. They advanced without fear. One clung tightly to the back of another. The two of them combined, preparing to attack. Fusion skill Hammer Cyclone. The wandering zombie's legs tensed, gripping the snowy ground. It held the other one tightly and began to spin powerfully. Tianhao frowned. What is this, a wandering zombie's dragon fist? The whirlwind they created was immense. Xingni got goosebumps. This is a fusion skill. Why would a low-level abyss monster know how to use a fusion skill? After the monsters fuse, both their defense and attack increase significantly. There's no way Lin Tianhao can withstand this. She screamed, Lin Tianhao, be careful! The whirlwind grew larger and larger. It seemed like it would sweep away everything around it. Sensing the danger, the slime wrapped itself tightly around Tianhao. Held by it, he was launched high into the air. Tianhao's expression was grave as he yelled. Slime. It heard the command and used its body to approach the whirlwind. The moment it touched, it was sliced apart. He and the slime gritted their teeth trying to hold on. Tianhao gasped, "Damn it! If this keeps up, we're goners." Li Shu collapsed to her knees, crying, "What do we do now?" Jingni took out a potion and gritted her teeth. "Lin Tianhao, this young lady hasn't given you permission to die." Without any hesitation, she poured it all into her mouth. The glass vial fell to the ground and shattered. A tremendous power surged through Xingni's entire body. Her hair stood on end and her red eyes looked terrifying. Li Shu's eyes widened in surprise. Su Xingni, spirit bear form. Xingni appeared in a completely different state. She stomped her foot and leaped high into the air. Xingni recklessly charged into the whirlwind. Li Shu's jaw dropped, unable to believe her eyes. A bear! She was so shocked, her eyes rolled back, and she fainted. Now in front of Li Shui was a giant white bear. This bear was the transformed Xingni. "I can't believe this potion, and could help me break through to the white bear form." On Tianhao's side, he and the slime were still struggling desperately. Her eyes lit up. "I have to go help him." Xingni in her snow bear form charged forward. White bear beast form. She tilted her head to the sky and let out a mighty roar. A startled Tianhao turned his head. "Why is there another monster?" he commanded. "Slime, fall back." It looked at Tianhao intently as if understanding the order. With the slime's help, Tianhao flew away. "Damn it! Can't break free." He panicked when he saw Xingni right above him. "It's over. I'm really gonna die here today." Tianhao squeezed his eyes shut as if resigned to his fate. After a moment of no response, he opened his eyes. Tianhao looked at his body in surprise. I'm okay." Xingni's voice echoed, getting Tianhao's attention. "Lin Tianhao, what are you spacing out for? Hurry up and attack," he exclaimed in surprise. "Su Xingni." Regaining his composure, Tianhao pointed. "Slime." Demon's embrace. Countless powerful tentacles spread out. Xingni stared wide-eyed at his state. So this is Lin Tian's power. From above, the wandering zombie prepared to bring its hammer down. They combined once again, spinning, accelerating. She yelled, "Lin Tianhao, hurry! It's about to use its fusion skill again." He smirked. "You think I'd let you use the same trick twice, slime?" Tianhao gave the order, and the tentacles shot forward. They bound the two wandering zombies, tightly separating them. They could no longer use their ultimate skill. Tianhao's eyes were filled with judgment as he clenched his fist. A huge explosion erupted, and the two wandering zombies were obliterated. Xingni rejoiced. "Awesome. We finally defeated them." Suddenly, her face went pale, covered in sweat. Tianhao landed and spoke. "Phew! Good thing Su Xingni arrived just in time. Otherwise, I really would have been a goner back there." He thought to himself, "But why have I never seen her turn into a bear before?" Xingni looked at her hands, feeling 466 health, 4676. The double penalty. Is it coming? Her body, drained of all strength, collapsed. A panicked Tianhao reached out his hands. "What's wrong?" he asked worriedly, rushing to her side. Tianhao helped Xingni up, calling her name. "Su Xingni." Suddenly she coughed up blood in pain. Only 10 HP left. Doesn't that mean a single blow to the head would be fatal? He took out a potion and offered it to her. "Don't worry, I'll give you a potion right away." After drinking the potion, Xingni's health bar refilled. She also began to regain consciousness. Tianhao breathed a sigh of relief. "Thank goodness you're okay." He suddenly felt something. "What's this? So soft." Tianhao's face turned beet red. This? Xingni, looking disheveled, whispered, "Lin Tianhao." Seeing Tianhao's blushing face and bloody nose startled her. "What's wrong with you?" Xingni looked down at her own naked body and screamed, "Pervert!" She angrily threw a powerful punch at him. "Oh God, I've been framed." Xingni quickly got off Tianhao and stood up. She manifested a set of clothes and, burning with rage, said, "Lin Tianhao." Startled, he quickly tried to explain. "You were the one like that. It had nothing to do with me." Xingni threatened him with a growl. "If you dare tell anyone, I will kill you." Looking at her embarrassed face, Tianhao thought to himself, "Is Su Xingni actually feeling shy?" She grabbed him by the collar and yanked hard. "Hey! Did you hear me?" Tianhao quickly waved his hands. Yes. I didn't see anything just now." Xingni stood up, leaving Tianhao bewildered. Her eyes were filled with murderous intent. "Keep your mouth shut. Otherwise—" He broke out in a sweat. "This time I mean it." Xingni coldly turned her back and stood up. "Let's go check on Li Shui." Tian Hao obediently complied, frightened. Rest assured, my lady, I'll take this secret to my grave. The two of them hurried over to where Li Shui was. At that moment, she was sleeping soundly on the ground. Tian Hao sighed in relief. She can sleep through anything. He knelt down and called out to wake Li Shui up. Li Shui, wake up! She groggily woke from her sleep. She hugged herself in fear and screamed, "Don't eat me!" Tian Hao reassured her. If a monster wanted to eat you, do you think it would have spared you until now? Xing Ni added, "The monsters have been defeated. It's safe now." Hearing this, Li Shui's face lit up. Really? He didn't answer, but just nodded. Suddenly, she lunged forward and hugged Tian Hao tightly. "I'm so glad no one died. This is great." He blushed and replied, "It's a good thing Su Xingni stepped in just in time." Xingni pushed the two of them apart and said, "All right then, let's quickly discuss what we should do next." Tian Hao said seriously, "You two must have noticed as well. The difficulty of the Black Abyss has increased." She nodded. "That's right. There are more monsters, and they're even stronger than before." Li Shu asked worriedly, "So what should we do now?" He suggested, "I think we should withdraw from the Black Abyss. The current situation is not in our favor." The two quickly nodded in agreement with Tian Hao's suggestion. "I agree. We can't risk ourselves." Agreed. He opened the system panel. "Good. Leaving the instance early will result in a level-down penalty. Do you confirm you want to exit?" Without hesitation, Tian Hao pressed confirm. Withdrawal failed. Li Shui and Xing Ni were shocked. How can this be? Beginner Black Abyss Frozen Valley. Recommended level below 10. Difficulty Nightmare. He thought in shock. The difficulty of the Black Abyss has actually changed. Li Shui trembled all over. What do we do? Does this mean we can't get out? Xing Ni sighed, trying to reassure her. What are you afraid of? No matter how difficult it is, it's still a beginner-level Black Abyss. It's not impossible to beat. Tian Hao nodded. That's right, the level limit hasn't changed. Only the difficulty has increased. Li He exclaimed, but the regular monsters were already so strong. What are we going to do when we fight the boss? Tian Hao immediately came up with a solution. Either way, let's get to level 10 first. The faster the better. He thought to himself, I have a bad feeling about this. Xing Ni turned away. Li Shui, let's go. She was confused. Aren't we going together? He explained. Splitting up into 3 will prevent experience from being shared. That way, the leveling speed will be faster than usual. I'm not going to this battlefield, so it's useless for you to follow me. Hearing this, Li Shui waved and left. I understand. All right then, let's meet back here after we reach level 10. Okay. Tian Hao also turned back and entered the forest behind him. Time passed just like that. 1 hour later, he was surrounded by countless monster corpses. Tian Hao wiped the sweat from his face. Finally reached level 10. I'm exhausted. Although the 3 of us can only reach level 10. The Black Abyss has no level limit for summoned creatures. It's just that my summons need sacrifices to level up. The system panel appeared. The attribute increases are still very slow. Could it be because of my class? If only the hatching process could be sped up, that would be great. Having one more summoned beast would relieve some of the pressure. I wonder if there's a way in this book. His eyes filled with surprise. There really is. Tian Hao and the slime were surrounded by 3 creatures standing together at the foot of a cliff. Suddenly, a loud noise was heard. Crap, the boss woke up. Tian Hao quickly whipped his head around along with the slime. His expression was one of absolute panic. A loud explosion rang out, sending debris flying everywhere. With an extremely worried expression, he declared beside the slime, the wandering zombie. Lord has awakened. From within the explosion, a voice echoed out. Help! Li Shui screamed. No. As she saw a giant hammer heading towards her, she quickly turned and ran while calling out, Li Shui! When she saw her trip and fall. After that, Xing Ni quickly turned back. She unleashed her Spirit Cat Shadow Step skill with her eyes, glowing casting a beam of blue light. But the attack that hit the 2 of them was too strong, sending them both flying elsewhere. Xing Ni just managed to catch her and land safely, but then she realized, oh no, I'm out of mana. The large weapon, a hammer, was still heading towards the 2 of them. Xing Ni turned and used all her remaining strength, crossing her arms with their sharp iron claws. Her arms tensed with all their might, but then she realized something that made Li Shui's eyes change color. Sweat trickled down both her cheeks. The hammer weapon had struck them, causing her to lose 230 power. Over here, Tian Hao was frantically chasing and shouting, Slime! The slime managed to unleash its expanding skill in time. It used its hair to form a large red ribbon to catch Lu Xue and Xing Ni as they were thrown by the force. The slime was also sent flying quite a distance. Tianhao, arriving just in time, quickly asked, "Are you okay?" He rushed to support Xing Ni with a worried expression. She only had enough strength to let out a cough. Li Xue lay motionless beside the slime with vacant eyes. At this moment, Xing Ni looked down at her hands and said, "My hands, I can't feel them anymore." His gaze fell on the wound on Li Xue's trembling arm, full of pity. From behind everyone, a towering whirlwind was approaching them. He whipped his head around, gritting his teeth and staring straight into the whirlwind. Inside that whirlwind, a pair of large purple legs appeared on the ground below. High above, 4 red eyes appeared staring at him. After the smoke from the whirlwind had mostly cleared, the zombie lord had truly appeared. At this moment, Tianhao shouted loudly, "Be careful! This zombie lord is much stronger than before. It really doesn't look like a monster anymore. It looks more like a person." Zombie lord evolved to level 10, transformed from a corpse that gained the power of darkness. It hides in the valley and attacks those travelers who pass by. The crystal on its chest may be its weak point. Seeing this, she said to Lin Tianhao, "You can't beat it, run." Before she could finish her sentence, the zombie lord flew high, roared loudly, and advanced towards everyone. Tianhao stood up powerful and resolute. It's too late to run now. All 3 of them prepared for battle. Numbers crunched in his head. That's not right. Even if it's nightmare difficulty, it's still just a beginner-level abyss boss. As long as I can break the crystal core on its chest, there's a chance of survival. The zombie lord gave a signal, pointing its finger towards the group from behind. The wolf pack and his minions charged forward with howls. Tianhao, with a determined look, shouted, "Slime! Use the skill demon's dance." It swiftly moved through the lord's minions. All of them melted away. The slime rushed straight towards the lord, but he swung the arm holding the large hammer. After gathering his strength, he shouted, "Skill, full body equip." At this moment, the slime split itself into 2 identical parts. Then it formed a circle, trapping the lord inside. The slime was using all its strength to form the circle, locking the lord in place. Suddenly, the hammer came down from above, striking its circle, causing it to lose 700 health. From a distance, Tianhao yelled in shock, "What?" Under the lord's weapon, the slime was trying to escape its path. A loud explosion echoed, and a red streak shot out. The slime was thrown far away, sticking to a nearby rock crevice. He immediately summoned it. "Slime, come back." It was then that Tianhao realized, this is bad. The slime is no match for it at all. The lord raised his weapon high into the sky. From the ground, his minions emerged. Tianhao muttered to himself, "I just saw the accelerated summoning technique. I guess I'll have to try it first." He stood, opened his book, and began to chant. Around Tianhao appeared a green whirlwind gathering, and an egg appeared. Just then, the wolf pack and the minions of the zombie lord swarmed towards him. Seeing this, Tianhao yelled, "Crap!" Suddenly, out of nowhere, a claw mark appeared, making the wolf pack scream. She leaped forward to shield him and yelled, "Lin Tianhao!" As she blocked, blood spurted from her mouth. Tianhao shouted, "Su Xing Ni!" At this moment, the lord was right in front of them. He raised his weapon high, preparing to strike them down. Tianhao continued to chant, but thought to himself, "It's over, not enough time." Suddenly, a golden light appeared from nowhere, blocking the lord's attack. A crack appeared in the ground along with a beam of light. Tianhao was blinded by the light and raised his hand to shield his face. He wondered, "Is this?" She stood up at this moment and declared, "Defensive circle of light." Tianhao looked on with a surprised expression, facing the ferocious gaze of the lord. At this moment, she urgently said, "Captain, hurry up. My defensive circle of light is only level 1. It won't last long." Tianhao quickly turned back and resumed his chant, thinking, "Come on, hurry up." The lord didn't give them a moment's rest. He swung his weapon, shattering Li Xue's defensive circle of light. Immediately, she lost all her health and collapsed to the ground. Just then, Tianhao's egg showed signs of movement. The shell had cracked open. At this moment, the slime used its last bit of strength to launch a red ribbon to hold the lord's hand. Tianhao raised 2 fingers to his lips. The incantation is complete. Just as the slime's ribbon was broken by the lord, and it was sent flying, and just as the lord swung his weapon again, a blue light appeared. From Tianhao's side appeared a magical orb with blue light rays, radiating outwards, blinding and causing the lord to drop his weapon. He had a radiant expression and a smile. It actually worked. A single-horned Killen with white fur, a silky blue mane, and a brilliant, blinding light shining from its horn appeared. This only made the Lord even angrier. Around the Lord, patches of ice appeared on his body. Xingnai shouted, "This is bad. The zombie Lord has entered Phase 2, Lin Tianhao. You have to get out of here." Tianhao didn't listen and instead turned back to command, "Killen now." This is the Killen. It stood still, pawing the ground lightly. A shining spiral appeared on its horn. A beam of light from the Killen's horn shot straight towards the evolving chest of the Lord. It aimed directly at his weak point, shattering the layer of ice protecting the crystal, causing it to shatter. The Killen just ran in circles on the spot. Xingnai was shocked by what had just happened. Impossible. A boss with 30,000 health was one-shotted. He quickly ran over to the Killen. "Are you all right?" Only a few beads of sweat appeared on the Killen's face. It looked towards Tianhao. The system panel for the special Icebone Killen appeared. He stroked the Killen's head. "Amazing, the zombie lord has been defeated. Killen, you're incredible." At that moment, the slime leaped up and hugged him. Tianhao saw it and said, "You did your part too. If you hadn't blocked the zombie lord at the end, I would have been turned into mush by now." "Oh, right. Are you two okay?" "I can't believe I was saved by you this time. Is this your new summoned beast?" She spoke up. "A level 1 beast that can defeat the zombie lord boss is truly terrifying." Tianhao replied, "I don't know either. I can't believe its damage output could be that high." She said, "The zombie lord is a dark attribute monster, and this Killen is a summoned beast of the light and ice bone system. To be able to deal that much damage, it must be due to an attribute counter." Tianhao rested his chin on his hand. "So that's how it is." He looked around at the decaying remains of the Lord's minions. The story appears. Congratulations to the expedition team for successfully defeating the boss, the zombie lord. Rewards are being evaluated. Tianhao was taken aback when he saw the new notification. This is... He looked around him. There was only darkness. Beside him, a ghostly gift box suddenly appeared. The system panel appeared. Item name, Purgatory Spirit Box. No way. Why are the attack and defense stats of this a legendary grade item negative? Tianhao suddenly realized, "Oh, wait a minute. This is..." The system panel showed active effects 1, 2, 3, 4, and an introduction. Summon a spirit to fight in battle. It can even connect the soul of a dead person to summon creatures. Summoned. What does this mean? From above, a streak of light flashed right in front of him and shot straight into the item box. System notification, Nightmare Level Lord's Soul. 1 soul of the zombie lord. It was actually put inside. It seems that some time after the battle ends, the soul can be collected. Suddenly, from somewhere, a white wolf charged straight ahead and pounced on Tianhao. Then it pinned him to the ground and revealed its true form. Tianhao stammered, Su Xing Ni." She smiled slyly. "Scared you, didn't I?" Tianhao was embarrassed. "I thought it was another monster." "But wait, aren't you a spirit cat? How can you turn into a wolf?" She replied softly. "Did you think you were the only one who got a hidden equipment reward?" I got one too." She showed him her item, the immortal bird's feather. Tianhao couldn't believe his eyes. "No way! Attack power and speed are both doubled." It's clearly just a radiant grade item. So why does it feel more powerful than my item? System notification, passive effect. Active effects 1, 2, 3. Immortal warrior, what is this? Xingni ran off while saying, "I don't know either." But after reading that it had side effects, I didn't dare use it recklessly. The battle just ended. To be safe, it's best not to use it. A loud call made both of them turn around. "Lin." Tianhao Su Xing Ni. It was Li Shui who appeared, with a small spirit beast flying beside her. She quickly asked, "What is this?" Sui said assertively, "Lin Tianhao Su Xing Ni. From now on, I can protect both of you." Li Shu's spirit beast flew over and sat on her hat. Li Shu said cheerfully, "This is the new equipment that dropped. It looks a bit strong, doesn't it?" The system panel appeared. Item name, Cyclone's magic hat. She saw Tianhao sigh and asked, "Cyclone, who's that? Why have I never heard of them before?" Xingnai spoke up, "I haven't heard of them either. After we get out of this instance, we'll go to the school and ask the teachers." He turned his face to look at the system panel. Passive effect, summons a protective spirit. All magic effects are tripled, and the kit will automatically attack. Cyclone spoke, surprising Tianhao. "Wasn't it Cyclone? This passive effect is way too powerful." He looked a bit disappointed. "Compared to it, My purgatory spirit box is much weaker. From afar, the Icebone Killin and the slime approached. Tianhao patted its head happily. Good thing I have you. Otherwise, all of us would have been goners this time. The Icebone Killin coldly turned away. It walked over to Li Shui, letting her pet its head. So soft. It's really soft. Jingni saw this and got pouty. Hey, why won't you let me pet you? He gave a strained laugh to break the tension. All right, let's get out of here first. The difficulty of the abyss suddenly increased this time, and we don't know what's really going on. She crossed her arms and snorted coldly. Opening the system panel, Tianhao immediately pressed the exit button. A magic circle appeared beneath their feet. In a flash, all of them disappeared. Tianhao's group was quickly teleported outside. The crowd outside saw them and started discussing. Someone's coming out. That one's really beautiful. Wow. Can you let us guys have a look? One person, face flushed and nose bleeding, said, so beautiful, like a goddess. Tianhao looked at them, completely confused. He scratched his cheek and looked behind him. Suddenly, an incredibly beautiful girl was looking at him. Tianhao was startled, his nose started bleeding, and he stammered, a girl. That Icebone Killin? Asked shyly. Master, do you not recognize me? He was completely bewildered. You're the Killin. On the other side, a group of people were busy providing medical treatment. Teacher, it's bad. The head teacher asked worriedly, what happened? Tell me slowly. The student pointed. There are people who came out of the rioting Black Abyss instance. He was surprised. Is anyone injured? The head teacher's face became serious as he placed a hand on his shoulder. You guys follow me. Let's hurry. Suddenly, the student grabbed his hand. No one is injured. They're alive. The head teacher was stunned. What? Suddenly, in front of everyone present, a system panel appeared. Congratulations to Lin Tianhao, Su Xingni, and Li Shui for clearing the valley. The beginner, Black Abyss. On nightmare difficulty, the Icebone Killin gracefully bowed. Greetings, master. Tianhao quickly waved his hands. No, stop. Don't come over here. She ran over and took his hand. Master, do you not need me anymore? Tianhao panicked. Let's talk this out slowly. Don't touch me. Li Shu tugged on Xingni's arm and pointed. Xingni, look. She looked over and saw Tianhao's hand was placed where it shouldn't be. Xingni immediately became furious. Lin Tianhao, you pervert, she said, scratching him a few times. Tianhao clutched his face and cried. Li Shui knelt down and said, Lin Tianhao, are you okay? Do you need me to cast a healing spell? He was overjoyed as she healed him. Li Shui is still the best. Not like a certain violent woman. Hearing this, Li Shui blushed. No, not at all. Among team members, helping each other out is what we should do, isn't it? Xingni helped the Icebone Killin away. Seeing her uncomfortable expression made him suspicious. Killin, what's wrong? From a distance, a group of 3 people approached. Feng Yun, with a solemn expression, spoke up. It's the principal. Tianhao's group frowned. Feng Yun, why is he here? This doesn't look good. Suddenly, Li Shui raised her hand and shouted, We're over here! Feng Yun coldly walked past them. Suddenly, a group of mysterious people embraced everyone. He sensed something was wrong. He looked back. It was the head teacher's group. He signaled for silence. Shh, don't let them find out. Xingni became angry and shouted, Who are you people? He quickly tried to calm her down. Calm down. He's my head teacher. A young man gave a strained smile. Tianhao asked suspiciously, Head teacher, what is this all about? He replied gravely, To put it simply, the Black Abyss has erupted, causing countless casualties. Moreover, it seems the culprit is you. He looked bewildered, pointing at himself. Me. The head teacher pointed at the Icebone Killin. Your summoned beast is a Killin, right? Did you form a contract in the Black Abyss, didn't you? Tianhao scratched his cheek and replied, That's right. But how did you know? The head teacher frowned. So it really was you who formed the contract with it. And it was hatched, no less. He thought to himself, that old bastard. He's screwed me over. The head teacher became serious. Kid, you're done for. He panicked. What do you mean, sir? So what do I do now, sir? Behind them, 2 figures appeared. Found you. A group of menacing people surrounded the group. Tianhao was back. Feng Yun pointed and ordered, Arrest them. Hearing the order, the men quickly rushed forward. The head teacher standing beside them shouted, Who dares? He indifferently waved his hand. What are you doing here? Step aside. He became conciliatory. Junior brother, please let me explain. After all, they are students of our school, aren't they? Tian Hao was surprised. Junior brother. The head teacher and the principal are martial brothers. Feng Yun pointed and said loudly, "From now on, that's no longer the case. I declare Lin Tianhao, Su Xingni, and Li Shui are expelled from the school." All three of them were shocked to hear this. "What? No way." He continued to shout, "I declare the three of you expelled." Xingni angrily yelled, "On what grounds?" Feng Yun said coldly, "On the grounds that I am your principal." Hearing this, she was speechless. "Sir," Tian Hao stepped forward to intervene. "Principal! The matter hasn't been investigated properly. Expelling us like this. Is there any sense in that?" The head teacher also chimed in, "That's right, junior brother. Even if you are the principal, you can't just arrest people arbitrarily." He pointed at him. "What's more, he has an S-rank talent, a once-in-a-century. Genius, do you want to eliminate such a promising seed?" Feng Yun resolutely pushed the head teacher aside. "Move aside. What do you know? Today I must take them away." He gritted his teeth and thought, "If I don't hurry, it'll be too late." The men menacingly closed in. Suddenly, a voice rang out, startling Feng Yun. "Wait!" He turned his head towards the voice to look at the group. Tian Hao was also extremely surprised, looking at the person who had just spoken. From a distance, a petite figure approached. Jing Zhao spoke up. "Is this the summoner who cleared the nightmare difficulty? He looks pretty decent." He scratched his head in confusion. "Little girl, you're the kid." Hearing this, she angrily shouted, "What little girl this?" "One is the prized daughter of the Huang Qi Dao clan on Jingjiao." Tian Hao rubbed his chin thoughtfully. "Huang Qi Dao clan. Doesn't ring a bell." Feng Yun cautiously approached. "Lady Anshi, The criminals have been subdued and will now be taken for questioning." Jingjiao waved her hand. "No need. Release them." The maid stepped forward and spoke. "This is a teleportation scroll to the Black Abyss Fisher Valley. We will take them into the Black Abyss."